Are you tired of worrying about how your loved ones back home will pay for their healthcare needs? Sending money isn't enough. You need a solution that ensures the funds you send are used specifically for healthcare costs. WellaHealth Diaspora is that solution that helps Nigerians in the diaspora send money specifically for healthcare back home. It's simple. Here's how it works. When you buy a health voucher on WellaHealth, they will contact you on how you'd prefer to spend your voucher on your family. They'll deliver quality healthcare to them and report back to you. With WellaHealth Diaspora, you'll get access to telemedicine services, regular checkups, medicine fulfillment, and health plans. Plus, you can trust that the money you send is utilized for healthcare, and the chance of being defrauded is removed. Don't wait until it's too late to take care of your family's health needs. Your family's health is too important to delay. Act now and start sending love and care to your family back home with WellaHealth Diaspora. Are you still here? Hurry! Visit www.wellahealth.com/diaspora to start sending health vouchers to your loved ones in Nigeria today.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of 234 Essential. My name is AOT2
and I am Ugochi, the Igbo Stallion.
And yes, if you're a first-time listener, this is a podcast that breaks down the Nigerian experience, helps you navigate the Nigerian life as it is right now, you know. Of this great country of ours, great in italics, in bold, underline, hypotenuse, anyone.
But we're speaking greatness into ourselves.
Oh God.
We're speaking that, you know, I've told you, like, I can't let you.
Sister Scholastica don't come.
I accept this title.
Yeah, my leg is spinning me. I don't know why.
It's because you don't want to run for the greatness of Nigeria.
You know,
that's
it's like,
why.
imagine somebody just stabbed your inner muscle.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Have you been working out?
I don't know which work I've been working out in the Lord.
I love it. You've been doing the Lord's work in the vineyard.
That's why I went to an event and I asked to go and preach because I saw nakedness and debauchery.
What did you do?
I went for Tiger Bear. They were activating something, so I helped them do some copywriting for them. You know, I also did like backstage for them.
Interesting. You like this backstage work?
Oh man, they put me in. It concern me. As long as it's all good.
I went to get a face beat yesterday and say you like it from the back. I like it from the back, apparently.
I do not like it from
the back.
Yes, you do. I do not like it.
You're always doing backstage stuff.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Why not in front?
The
Why not
only sexual position sanctioned by missionaries worldwide and the Roman Catholic Church. You remember I said Roman Catholic? I didn't say French Catholic. That is missionary. That is the only one.
Well, that's also how they
any other sexual position is that of Babylon and the devil.
I love it.
You should not be holding a woman like a dog. 80% of our female listeners have left the podcast.
Literally. Just like, what are you saying?
They don't know. Please, my heart don't me.
I feel like to each his own shot. I don't think women generally like it from the back. 80% is a huge number, by the way.
No, that's statistics of the streets. Barbershop statistics.
Fair point.
It's not Oxford. You can't see this.
There's no data for this.
So my guy just tell me like 80%.
You understand?
In local.
Which is fair.
Two just look the numbers in by 80%. Yeah.
Mad.
Yeah, but to each his own anyway. But welcome to this podcast. If you're not listening to the last episode, please do. It's available on all podcast platforms.
Streaming platforms. Listen to Audacity. In fact, you had the audacity not to listen to it. Why?
Yeah.
How can you do that?
The next important thing coming from the ministry of Nana, dictator Nana himself. He's not a Ghanaian dictator.
Tell them.
At this point, it could be J.J. Rollins.
Do you understand?
Please subscribe to our newsletter. You get the episode before.
First dibs on
it's like,
the episode.
Imagine you getting Rihanna nudes.
Exactly.
Before ASAP Rocky got them.
Do you get what I mean?
Look at God. Look at God.
I love it. Like, you definitely.
I'm sure some people are saying they're listening to the episode on Tuesday. I just got to Nana. Nana, is there a leak? I have to go out. Oh, okay.
And also, you get personalized notes from AOT2 and I.
I don't know about that personalized.
Yes, you will get personalized notes. Well, not all the time, but we'll be sure to drop it every now and then.
And also follow us on all social media platforms.
At 234 Essential.
We'll try with TikTok. We'll start doing some TikTok challenges now. I think it doesn't involve dance.
Wow.
It doesn't involve dance. Everything that involves dance is Phil and Ugochi. I'll be holding the camera. I'm only here for intellectual discourse.
God, I beg.
What that thing that Phil said, that off the internet I'm feeling intellectual tonight. Even though that's a double entendre.
Love
if you
it.
understand what she means.
I love it.
People of the world will understand that line had
But
to...
you're not in the world anymore now.
No, you have to be in the world so that you can...
My God. This your ministry is stressing me out now.
No.
Can you tell that I'm stressed?
When Jesus said, let's go a fishing, he went a fishing. Yeah, so...
In the pond of iniquity.
Yeah, come on, man. He had prostitutes. He had robbers.
He was friends with the...
The thing I don't understand is that why was Jesus friends with tax collectors? I don't try to say tax collectors are bad people, that they'll go to hell.
Well, not necessarily. But at the time, they were seen as bad guys because people generally look at Nigeria. We evade our taxes here.
I don't know. Because when I see my payslip, I feel like crying.
See, for
every portal I enter, I swear, because I'm like, my money can do this. So what is this money going into?
Oh my God. Fair point. And consumption tax has even increased. I think is 12.5 now from 7.5.
I had one good one. They want to increase 50% increase in tax for tobacco products.
Well, fair point.
Yeah, because if you're killing people, what's the point? You just increase that shit.
Come on, it's not necessarily. See, to each his own. Action and consequences.
I know
if you smoke, you already know the consequence of smoking. So why should you?
If you get a knack and you see a child 9 months after, don't say.
Understand.
So what do you mean that your period is missing? What, bro?
I fell pregnant,
bro. Because when you're doing it, and you
fell down.
Yeah, so please.
You fell down into the sperm.
Everybody into his own. You're
exactly.
not. The only woman is Virgin Mary. Immaculate conception. After that, there's no, your fire don't close.
But imagine how wild that shit was when you told Joseph, like, when Mary went to Joseph and was like, I'm a child.
Thank God I'm not Joseph's friend. I said,
he said, nah, lie, that babe, nah, street, leave him.
I said, Mary.
If it was now.
Mary, where I know say they run streets.
You understand? I see her with that guy now.
I saw her at Foodies.
Do you understand? With the butcher,
the whole Foodies back there.
Do you understand? Say with the butcher's son.
Yes, they were loxing.
Love it.
Look at it.
Beg.
Yeah, God I beg.
But now, foolproof, we already know that, things they happen. Miracle, no, they tired Jesus. And anything can go on.
I bet don't give these girls scope. That's what I say, it's not every time. They said it in the past.
No, but it's possible
90% probability. So that 10% was no. No. You put holes in the condom.
Oh my God.
I don't trust you.
Do people really still do those things?
Yeah,
I really see it on the media.
People do that. Man.
I mean, but you guys, the condom is for a reason, please. For a big reason. Hey, not just children.
This topic you want to talk. Because if I shake the table now,
You guys, first off, heads up. We're in Nigeria, rain fell today and there's no light.
So yes.
Generator is generating.
Yeah, so that thing you're hearing is generator.
Yes.
It's his first sound that welcomes you to hell.
Exactly.
If you ask devil, it's the first sound that welcomes you to hell.
How else are we 2, 3, 4 essential?
So
if you don't know the essential.
You hear a little bit of humming, no verse, Phil has done his best. Phil took this to Dr. Dre.
I promise you.
He took it to 40.
Timbaland.
40 is Drake's engineer. He didn't clean everything. We don't try. You don't use Omo wash him.
But no claim.
But that remaining 2% no verse.
As Omo don't they leave Nigeria now, we need to find another soap that we use to replace the name. Because I don't understand. Or we'll now go back to the generic actual name, which is detergent.
So a whole generation will now not know Omo.
Yes, so
I say we're not living in the end times.
Oh God, I beg.
Please.
I don't know if it's good. I don't even know how to feel exactly if it's good or bad because like a household name is leaving. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
But like it's also that thing where, as we said last week, that I hope that Nigerian companies can step up to the plate and give us like good quality stuff. Make they not use
the name of love.
Make they not use caustic soap so that destroy our hands.
Some people go buy the Nigerian one. If you put your hand inside, you're black, you bring them out.
Love it, bleached up.
Baba.
That was safe.
You're like that fine. You're going to be like that beautiful model was on Winnie Harlow. You just you too.
Oh yeah,
you and Michael Jackson go get the same. Yeah, just Sabi moonwalk.
But guess what, right?
Yeah.
I think it's also that thing where we kind of like need to give our local companies a chance. Let me give you an instance. When Hypo came into the market, people didn't want to leave Rekita and Benkisa's Hapik for Hypo.
Yeah.
But like after trying out Hypo, I'm sure that they do better numbers right now than Hapik.
Yeah, but the thing is that you even starting a business in Nigeria, especially manufacturing, you are fighting against every single day. You're fighting
odds.
Yeah. And we have a government that just says ease of business, but they don't really give a fuck anyway.
Yeah, at the end of
but shout out to every Nigerian entrepreneur. I still said it. Someone like that man, what's that man's name? Ebano. He deserves a national title.
Listen.
Because that man is feeding millions. A day before the election, if you went to Ebano, By the way,
Full.
Nigeria has an alcoholic problem. See people.
Why do you feel like we're going through a lot now? You need to douse
I
the
saw
pain.
3 trolleys.
Love it.
You know when glasses, chicken wing thing as a bros. Your liver. When it's 50, when you're like 45.
See, all die na die.
Don't send me go for link. Say my liver has died. Because I'll remind you of this day.
All die na die.
Yeah. But anyway, people like Ebano.
But we're going to talk about health today as well. Right?
Yeah, we're definitely going to talk about health. Yes. You understand as it be. Right? Yeah, definitely. But before then, let's get into the farm real quick. Let's go to our night post bag, if night post still exists.
It does, though.
All right, so this is not a very long one.
No, that's the second one. Read the first one.
I'll
read the second one because I want to read the short one. By the way, let me cast myself, Ayo. I wrote last week's what's it called, newsletter, and I told our listeners that they should feel free to send long fan mails, that you will read it.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I'm always be pushing it to you, whether you like it or not. So just know now that this is.
Henceforth, I'll be reading it in bullet points. Yes. I'll be like Donald Trump.
It's okay.
So I'll be like, Buhari, just give me pictures. All right, family one. This is a life from the pit of hell from Ayomide's wife and children.
I love it.
If you think I have family, you think I'm gonna hide there?
But you will now. Let me tell you the truth. I feel like you will.
Especially if now I now have like a baddie wife. Or more.
Ayo, let me tell you the truth. You will hide it.
No, from social media, yes. But from...
What again are we talking about?
Obviously, because I don't believe in that part. But say in public, I said, no, baby, come see.
I don't believe you.
Baby, see that skirt you wear, just wear it.
Ayo, I don't see, you've not even agreed on this between me and you off this podcast that you have girlfriend. See, it took loose talk coming back for me to hear that in the past 3 years that we have been podding together. We have girlfriends.
Let me explain. Let me put it.
I don't believe you.
Let me put it in a sage way, manner. Am I in a relationship? No. Are there people who think they're in a relationship with me?
That's not true.
That is left up to God.
No, I don't agree with you because Osage asked you on loose talk.
A relationship will the end.
And you say 3 different relationships.
A relationship will the end.
And no, I'm not saying it's not ending. I'm saying that even in our interactions, you know how many times I've held you on your jugular? They should tell me, but you did not tell me.
Because I'm not a man that you hold by the jugular.
Okay, guess what? That's why I don't believe that even if you have a wife, you will not. Nobody will know. So I agree that this is your wife.
From my mother's wife and children, which is a lie.
Hey, baby girl, please hit me up. I want to know you.
Hi, AOT2 and Ugochi, baby.
Ooh.
This is my first time writing to you guys, and it's because I absolutely had to after listening to the last plug and play.
Tell them.
The pod gets me through the slavery that is known as paid employment, and I look forward to it weekly. Silently insert strong dislike for the episodes where you record from separate locations. No verse.
I know.
So because Lagos is huge that we can't meet up.
Outside is flooded right now. You're in.
Yes, it's raining when I'm seeing Noah's Ark.
Exactly.
Keep up the great work, and special shout out to Phil.
All of them is him.
Anyway, I wanted to quickly address the topic of a certain bishop/Daddy Gio's wife having a miscarriage. Well, I get that it may be jarring for some of us that he responded that way to his wife miscarrying. I do not think it's right to speak against it in any way. I'm not on Twitter and do not know the context of the tweet. It's good I'm not on Twitter because Elon Musk stole my dignity this week.
Wow.
He stole my manhood.
How many years did you have it?
It's not just 1 year, exactly 1 year. God will punish that South African man. But moving on. I'm not on Twitter and do not know the context of the tweet that is she was encouraging others to do same or not. But I imagine it was a tweet aimed at boosting faith. Men and women of God are not idols to follow blindly. They are sent to us as guides to help us navigate our spiritual journey. Jeremiah 3:25. Spirits.
This is your wife, really, Ayo. Actually,
first of all, I know the marry.
I say this is your wife.
I know the marry spirit coco. Sorry.
But you are in the spirit now.
But this does not. But this does not remove your responsibility as a believer to go to God for direction. If the bishop had faith to the extent of dismissing a miscarriage, then so be it. He worked for them, and the miscarriage ended up being a perfectly healthy child. If you also have faith to do that, to that extent, brackets, and we all know that the true extent of our faith. So if you deceive yourself now, then you can do the same. I think it's dangerous to downplay the bishop's actions or paint it negatively. Instead, we should always remind people not to idolize pastors and to ensure they are keeping their eyes on God and not man, like Ugochi said.
That's what's up.
Ugochi has this email has an Ugochi bias, but I'm just moving on.
Please, I beg rest.
Ugochi also had an issue with people refusing to speak negatively, even in obviously negative situation, and in the same breath, proceeded to say, understand affirmations. Do you have a problem with only when it is linked to religion? ? And so much of characters I don't understand. I think that's a smiley that went wrong. Again, I think
it's that thinking emoji.
Again, I think the baseline is keep your eyes on God, and if for you that means only speaking positively, then do so. I hope this makes sense to you both and everyone listening. AOT2, the children miss you. Kabumsu. First of all, you're a Christian and you're lying. So you obviously
Please don't kill me.
your name in the book of life. Nobody said they remove them, but it's a pencil. You know when you enter NYC, I say you have to write the book of life.
Yeah.
It's shaky, so you might have to do one-on-one with Angel Gabriel and Angel Michael to explain yourself.
Yeah.
You might go on Zoom call, which we're obviously going to do in this episode. You can go on Zoom and talk to them. Obviously, I think heaven has Zoom before we human beings have Zoom.
Yeah.
Because back then, we used to watch all those MFM, and you see, phew, and Angel just be here. But thank you for sending us the fan mail.
I want to address something she said.
And I am not a father yet. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Yes.
Good.
Back to you.
Who are we going to ask?
Back to Senda.
Who are we going to ask?
Back to Senda.
Such a Nigerian
Yes.
thing.
Yes.
So she says, Ugochi also had an issue with people refusing to speak negatively, even in obviously negative situations. And in the same breath proceeded to say, I understand affirmations.
Yep.
I'll put it this way. So affirmations are like hope, right?
Mm-hmm.
You hope that something will be, and so you call it into existence. But if something is currently bad, like physically right now, like how I saying that you can hear, if you're hearing generator sound is bad, I cannot say, oh, I hope that the generator sound will not be heard.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So this is now replacing like when you use affirmative words like, oh, it will get better. I'm strong. I'm beautiful. I'm amazing. Right?
I'm rich.
Do you get what I
I'm
mean?
rich.
Doesn't also take away the fact that even in your Christianity, you are known, like Christianity teaches you of your imperfections. As a person, you're already imperfect, right? It doesn't say, oh, don't say. It's just like how I feel most Christians say. Also doubling back to what she said about Daddy Gio, right?
No, it's not Daddy Gio. Daddy Gio is different. Bishop.
Oh, the bishop,
Yeah.
right? Kenan Landerby, Winners Chapel.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Covenant. Yeah.
Covenant,
Yeah.
all of them.
Daddy. as somebody called me.
Unfortunately,
Sorry.
some people are very foolhardy. Not everyone is the same. To you can say, oh, don't listen to the Daddy Gio. You know that your eye is focused on God. But there are some people who follow the words of the Daddy Gio to the letter.
Religious groups.
Exactly. They do not know how to filter, because whatever is coming out of the prophet's mouth is the Bible, is the gospel, right?
Yeah.
And so they don't know how to filter. I say this from a point of nuance, in the sense that it has also kind of like happened around me. I've seen people, and these are learned people, that because Daddy Gio said something, they didn't take it. They didn't do. I'll give you an instance. I had a relative who was really ill and needed to go to the hospital, but instead she went to church and laid down on the floor there. And in her defense, she said Daddy Gio said that she shouldn't go to church because she shouldn't go to that she'll be healed, that he has seen it, that she's going to be healed. And she just said, oh, she was going to pray, that he said everything was going to go away. She didn't have to do it. She just needed to pray, give her some prayers and everything. And that's how she died. Literally.
And there are many stories like that.
Do you understand? And this is a learned person who did this, right? Now, as much as I in every conversation, I always say that perspective matters, right? I'm not saying that you should not be affirmative for good things to happen to you or to come, but don't also neglect what is currently happening, right? Yeah. If something is bad, call it bad. If you have flaws, say I have these flaws and I'm working towards being better, hence even being affirmative about it. But if something is bad, and I say, oh no, it's not bad, it's good, because no, that's not what I meant. So let's be clear on that, right? I was not trying to play double fiddle. I was just honestly saying, if you want something to get better, then you speak in the affirmative to it. But if something is bad, then say it's bad. Even on this podcast, is unfortunately, it sounds like playing double, but it's really just what it is, right? So we know that Nigeria is really fucked up. For instance, why is outside flooded? Because it rained, and there hasn't been lights since yesterday because it rained.
Damn.
Do you get what I mean? Will I now say, oh my God, because it rained and there's no light? But I really do hope that Nigeria gets better. I'm praying, I'm fighting, I'm doing everything for it to get better. And I'm going to speak in the affirmative when I try to speak on it. But it doesn't also mean that I'm going to neglect the fact that there's something going wrong as well in the economy. Because if you don't call the problem, how do you know the solution, right? So that's what it is for me. It's not like I was trying to be what's the word? What a hypocrite in a sense, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, let's get that out of the way.
All
But
right.
big ups to you, baby girl.
All right. Family 2 that Ugochi has decided that.
Yes.
This is bad behavior because she has one platinum titanium hair like this.
Listen.
See, all Lagos men, married men. Lagos married women, hold your husbands. Cause
Do you know what? I'm going to actually put a picture of this hair.
Sakobi is on the prowl. Sakobi
I
too.
love it.
Yeah.
I've not heard that name in such a long time, Sakobi. Anyway, I'm going to put a picture of this hair on when this episode drops.
Content.
Exactly, so that people can see what has happened. You guys, I changed my hair color, by the way. I'm feeling beautiful. I feel like Storm, actually. Superpower.
The only problem is that if you go to passport office with this hair,
I'll wear wig now.
those old women say, what? Please, black hair alone.
When I went to renew my passport, they told me to remove my piercing,
Look
like
at
my
God.
piercing earrings.
Look at God.
I told the guy that, please, you need to help me because I can't remove it by myself.
So did he remove it for you?
He didn't remove it, so he told me I could rock it like that.
Oh, you see.
So my passport has like my piercing showing, but if you have to look very well. So because of that, my passport picture is in black and white.
Oh, okay.
It's not colored.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Family 2.
I can't pronounce this person's name. I'm sorry, but the last name is Ajax.
Ajax.
Fan Milton from Ajax. Ajax?
Yeah, I think it's
okay.
Ajax.
Okay, Ajax then. Hey Ayo and Ugochi, the Igbo Stallion. What's up? I've been a listener of this pod from the beginning of the beginning. Love it. I'm a Beanie boy, true and true. Ayo, no need to fear because everywhere good.
Everywhere is too.
Any shaking tree go collect. Hey, God, I beg. Now this kind of pigeon like they were like, and then he has laughing emojis, like 7 or 8 of them. Ogaga. Oh my God, what is this? Obaga to Pere. I think this is.
Isn't that what Tinubu wanted to say that day?
Oga Obaga to Pere.
Shout out to you, bro.
I don't know. I don't think I'm getting it right, sir. But Ogaga to Pere. You guys, please, this person, Ajax, please send us the correct pronunciation of this. But anyway, I just want to commend you guys for keeping it real and just easing the tension because this Buhari Nigeria feel make person kulu. I love you guys from 052.
Shout out to Benin.
Love it.
The great Benin Empire.
I love it.
Yeah.
So the guys who fought tirelessly to ensure that they were not taken over or overrun by the slave masters.
But we're here.
They brought guns now. That's
Actually,
what happened. They brought guns
so
for
this week I actually got 4 books and one is about the amalgamation of Nigeria.
them. Interesting. What's the name?
Let me open up my phone because I don't do physical
Is it
books.
physical books?
No.
Send it to me now.
I'll send
Email
it to you. I'll send it to you. Hold up.
But will you email it to me?
I will.
Not like you say you will, might not.
God, I'm a man of my words. Come on.
Okay.
What's it called?
I hope the complaints I gave you last week, you're looking into it.
Which complaints? Those
That's the
complaints.
problem.
Send that email first.
I'll send
That's how
you
the
email.
ministry will move.
That's
That's
true.
an allocation of,
But you cut me there.
you
Fuck
say,
shit.
see. So it's called Formation, the amalgamation of, hold up. Yeah, let me get the book. Formation, the making of Nigeria from jihad to amalgamation.
Mad.
So I think every Nigerian should read it. It's written by
Who's the author?
2 guys.
Okay.
They're not even like historians, but they just felt like, you know what? This period of Nigeria is scattered. You need to bring everything together.
Nice.
And they don't write it in an academic sense. They write it in a pop history sense. So it's very easy for you to understand.
Oh, relate to
Understand.
it.
Yeah, so because this country that we call ours, man, I it feels like a stranger. We're in a stranger's
Exactly.
body. So let us know this beast that we are living in first of all before we cannot tackle it. And I think everybody should read that. I also got a book about shout out to the guy who sent me. I tweeted one day that please I need a book about the history of Lagos. There was one particular book and they said there was only one physical copy remaining. And this guy said, yeah, in luck, I scanned the whole book
Oh, great.
and he sent it to me. So I'm reading about the history of Lagos
Nice.
because I'm also writing about Afrobeats and I need to know
Okay.
about history of Lagos, where we are. And I've read like the first few beginnings. Actually very good, guys. So anything you can read about Nigeria, please don't read about it.
Yeah, so enlighten
Or just keep
ourselves.
reading any book that you know you like. Don't go read a Shewo book of and John opened the door.
All books are important.
John opened the door and I saw his chiseled ribs.
Mills and Boone.
My mother used to read that thing. You had like 500.
Caramel skin.
Before she gave her life to Christ, I stopped reading all these books. You see everything. Brrr. I'm like, what is this?
She needs to be informed. See, sex is also
I
part
used
of
to try
our
and
human
I used to
interaction.
try and read one page like that. I read one page. I'm like, no, this is. Please, can you give me any blighting?
I love it.
Can you give me the famous 5?
Famous 5?
Yeah, I know those. I don't understand this, please.
That's children's stuff, though.
Yeah.
Why do you want to read?
As a child,
you want to read that now?
No, I'll carry that down. I don't even read fiction that much anymore. Just non-fiction I read now. Yeah.
Me, I'm reading a lot of African. Like I like African books. I think
I have a problem with African books. I don't know. They're just exciting to read. I don't know the problem.
Maybe you like foreign stories too much.
But the one I read though was one of the best I read. It's called Black Ass by Goni Barrett. The concept is this guy. The guy wakes up and
I've seen that book before.
The guy, he won an award. He's like very.
Exactly.
So the guy wakes up. This is a black Nigerian, unemployed, living with his parents, So the next day he's supposed to go for a job interview. So he gets ready. He now says, okay, when it's 8 o'clock, I'll wake up. He wakes up 8 o'clock, looks into the mirror, and guess what? He's white.
Mado.
He's white. Not only white.
I woke up Chris Breeze.
The only thing that remained, but his ass was black. So it's called Black Ass.
I've seen this book.
So his life changed. He was not working on the same road that he was working as a child. And people were like, what's your body find for this area? He disappeared. He went missing. His parents thought that he had died or something. And he created a whole new life for himself.
Interesting.
Based off his whiteness.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But he never turned back black.
He never turned black. He created a whole new life for himself, moved to Abuja and everything.
What would you do if you woke up and you were white?
I just enter any government building. I want to see the governor.
For what?
I don't know,
what are you
man.
going to be doing?
Yeah, but no. I can't happen to me. I don't understand.
I'm going to sleep under the sun. I want to be charged. Is there a way to pump in more melanin? I need to know that.
No, there's no melanin.
Because
in the book he went to one Mama Put, and they said all the black men they were looking at it like, they chop amala.
I love
it. See these ones. They never jam yet. Well, if you guys can try and get your hands on some books,
Yeah.
I'm reading the one I'm reading right now. Apart from this is Fentanyl Inc.
Okay.
It's the story of the biggest drug problem in America is currently going on right now, and it's fentanyl that is pushing it. So this is like a historical take of how.
It's also seeping into Nigeria anyway.
There's not. I said the event I went for. I was telling my guys, one guy just bought out. What is this thing they used to call? They used to you want to use to pump gas into balloons.
That air pumps.
Yeah, she had an air pump, and she just bought out a balloon.
Yeah.
She pumped the balloon.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah, you guys, they say laughing gas. A lot of people are consuming a lot of laughing gas and other drugs.
Don't worry, when NDLA catches you people on the
they don't care.
They don't even.
They don't care.
No,
really.
they've not. So reading this book made me understand that they've not scheduled it. I mean, scheduling is that they're not yet banned it. So when it gets to the banning level, then obviously. But yeah, guys, try and read.
But I already read the books too. Some read a day. Short. Waiting they call them key points. When we come on the pod and still give us key points. Some people are some of us are lazy to read.
Oh yes, now last year I read 2 wonderful books, but it's only if you like Second World War.
Yeah.
It's about Hitler. So how Hitler rose to power and how he declined from power. Bro, the book is amazing. Fam, it's wonderful. I also read about the life of Elvis Presley part 1. I already have the part 2 ready. So yeah. But I will try. Just remind me people. All right. What else?
I think that's about it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's about it for fan mail. But you guys keep sending us fan mail. Really like to hear from you guys. We like to read from you. Want to know what's going on with you guys. Please send us more fan mail at 235 Essential Podcast.
All right.
Please.
So this is how we go to just go rocking this titanium here. And she won't tell you that I was part of the success story because we took you. Who took you there that day?
And then what?
It's Lagos girls.
But what did you? So we want me to check on that hot sun to go and dye my hair.
The sun was not.
You don't know that bleach used to pepper somebody on the scalp.
Me, I don't bleach. I'm sorry.
No, bleaching hair. Have you ever dyed your hair? First of all, I've never seen you with hair.
Which hair? First of all,
throwback pictures. I've seen.
Yeah.
Hair.
So when I saw that diagram picture, like all more. Yeah, started buying down like bro.
I know.
There's one I just went through my archives. I have one of Femi Kuti.
Really?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, I have one in the shrine.
Post it on your socials.
Yeah, I have JJC, I have Omokachi, I have.
How about this? Make a reel on TikTok with all these people you've taken pictures
I'll do the reel. I'll put it on IG and I'll put it on
TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok.
Because your TikTok numbers are buzzing.
We'll try.
God, I beg. Now, so influencer work they start. But anyway, how was your week?
It was cool. Here, look at me and Femi Kuti. Backstage of the
look
show.
at your neck.
My neck was bad actually. It was
Ayo, Ayo, where did that neck go to?
We
don't use rice flour.
we don't use turkey
to chuck it in.
Yeah.
Oh my God, have you ever spoken to a bricklayer before? When they talk about that chucking in, it annoys me so much.
No,
I want to chuck it.
No.
So we'll break the stone and put it to chuck.
In my life, I always said I'll never build a house. I'll just buy it.
Why?
I don't want to build. I've seen people who are wiser than me. They shrink in age when they go and buy.
True,
because everybody, my late, like my mom's uncle, you know, the man used to say that building a house is very, very hard. That everybody's out there to swerve you. So the only person that didn't swerve him was maybe the man that was doing the wiring. And funny enough, the man was a Muslim. So everybody that claimed to be a Christian, they swerve him.
Wow.
It's hard work.
Wow.
So me, I just want to find house, pay. I don't want to know. I don't want to know how far have you done.
What about the design though? I think like
I can.
Well, you can get a what they call them now. I think something construction something.
Yeah.
Like you can have it like somebody on ground who is going to handle.
Oh, like a farmer, yeah.
Yeah. I forgot what they call
it. If I have to do that,
remember.
I'll go and meet Julius Berg or something. I don't want to say.
No, that's one too high up.
How do you know my house will not be high up?
No, I actually have a friend who is into that. Like he helps you. What they call them now? Now then they give all those. Now then they help you to even they pay the workers where they come to site.
Sure
you know those guys now. Yeah. So you can just like outsource it to those guys.
Because me, I don't want to go site every day. So how many bags of cement did you people use today?
But at least once in a while you could just still near there just to see how your project is going.
So that they don't come and give me only foundation when they don't show me picture of saying.
I swear.
Stories that I thought we'll talk about later.
Mad stuff.
I don't want that. I don't want that at all. Well,
okay.
Yeah, it's cool.
I hear you.
So my week was as usual. I mean, back-to-back meetings now. My Lord, if I get one more Google Meet link, I'm tired. The only this thing is that money is coming out of it. So thank God.
That's great.
Yeah. So just do
money
meetings.
That you're not sharing love to your people. But okay. That's not the conversation. Keep it moving.
Ugochi, see.
No, but I said,
ladies and gentlemen.
I say let's not dwell.
Imagine you going for for contract and they say Oga has not signed one thing. Ugochi is that Oga that has not signed something for 3 months now. That's what I'm saying.
No, but you know, my weekend was
Oga is not on
busy.
seats. Okay.
No, my weekend was busy.
Okay.
It might not have been busy in the way that you imagine, but like it was really, really busy.
Please,
I had a busy weekend.
Tender justice with Messima.
See,
release the allocate the funds.
I'm going to definitely release the funds.
Okay.
Because I've seen that you're in good standing now.
Okay. Thank you.
And I'm hoping that we're on the same page.
You see the decking. The decking is world class decking.
No, when I signed the money for this, I signed documents for these funds to be released.
Yeah.
You need to show work,
Definitely.
I
remember when my popsi was a contractor. When they do something for Nigeria Port Authority.
Building contractors.
He used to go every single day, waiting for one man to sign something.
Wild.
Guess what? That thing they built was demolished like 6 months after. So I know that NPA must have used that thing as collect money.
Obviously.
Years later, there was a scandal in the Nigerian Port Authority.
Wow.
That people were embezzling. Yeah.
But normally, all our sectors,
civil service.
Civil service sectors.
It's not civil. It's uncivil.
My friend was telling me about the interview that Amadou Bello was having. Why they don't employ Igbo people in.
I should send you a bunch of that videos.
Yeah, please send it to me.
Because TikTok. Well, every time I go TikTok now, I just see one Biafra story.
Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Why they don't allow Igbo people into the civil service?
He was saying it with his PJ, with his Queen's English.
Do you understand? With his Queen's English.
And now all of us are struggling to speak English. These idiots took themselves to England to go and study.
So this conversation started because we're talking about the elections. I hadn't seen this friend of mine for a couple of years now. And so we're just speaking to the elections. And I was telling him how I was peeved at the fact that there were people who, I mean, understandably, we know that there's not a lot of people are not like asking questions. It's now that we're asking the questions, right?
Yeah.
But growing up Igbo is just that thing where I think part of the stories they tell you as a child is just how really marginalized that like you've been, or well, let me not say marginalized, because kind of give you like POV of how Nigeria sees us. You want to play the video?
No, I'm just looking. I just want to send something to you. Don't worry.
Okay, great. And we're talking about it, and he was like, yeah, that he also felt the same way. And then we started talking about that video, and how, in case you do not know, if you think that this is just an act of God and not a deliberate action of man, it has always been engineered. And do you understand? It has always been engineered against some sort of segregation against the Igbo man. And if you think it's now a surprise because you've not asked or you've not been told or you've not heard, think again.
All right.
Educate yourself.
Yeah.
So your week, continue.
Yeah, so I went for an event. I went to a Spotify event. It was a dress code thing.
Again.
I don't know anything about dress code. So it was art. So we're looking at some fancy pictures.
Fancy.
I don't know anything about pictures,
Really?
Or about drawings,
For somebody who doodles.
It was a good event, They overfed us as usual. Spotify can feed, they will feed you. And they feed you Igbo way. They don't give you the jollof rice. There's no item 7. The chef now came and she said, we have this. I ate some things that I don't know what they were.
I love it.
Yeah, I don't know. But
was it a chef table type of thing?
No,
Infused with art?
So the art was on the walls. There was a red dog gallery.
Oh, nice. I love red dog.
So it was Spotify themed. But you just, as you're walking around, people serve you food, champagne, cocktail, anything you want.
That's such a fancy event.
Yeah.
How dare you not invite me?
And they were just passing the small thing. And you say, this is small. You chop on once. You chop on that one again. Chop on that one again. Like,
Caneps.
at one point, be like, bro, I'm fine, thank you. Don't be like, say, And they gave us, one funny thing, I have 2 tote bags now.
Nice.
It has increased my tote. I have like 5 tote bags now.
Amazing.
Which is, shout out to Tiger Bear. Tiger Bear sent me a wonderful blue tote bag. Yeah, very big. I know they use that one. I know they come up with that one. Because I know they come up with time.
Come and give me.
I talk out. All the women that I know will say, come and give me.
But me.
I like this one. Please.
What are you going to use it for?
I'll use it for Shakara.
But you're not carrying it out.
I'll carry it out.
What are you going to put inside?
How
many things you put?
Anything I'll
The only thing I immediately walks around with is power bank and headphones.
I carry my laptop. You don't know.
It's not every time you carry your laptop.
But still.
But in case you
even though
upper still.
Well, so they gave me another tote bag and there was chocolate in it, and I just ate the
fantastic.
chocolate. Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah. And on Saturday, when we had the call, you didn't know I was at the event at that call. I was at an event, yeah.
Oh, nice.
I just it was at the Federal Palace car park.
Nice.
I just did that with
Oh, okay. Great.
So we had a tagger, we're doing like a new activation. It was cool,
Is it a new product or rebranding? What are we doing?
Like a new TVC, just to get, people,
nice.
pumped up, Fav was there. She gave a wonderful performance.
I love Fav, actually.
I love her dressing. She dresses like, she has this tomboyish, but I can switch into black bones, shut the whole place down.
Love it.
Odomodo black. Bro.
Ikpeme Neto.
He first came like, so when they did the rehearsals, one of his guys was just matching the stage. They were just making sure that the stage.
Because
no shaking.
Need to check the proof of it.
When the guy came in,
solid.
30 people, solid.
I love it.
But once the DJ just played that instrumental,
rolling in,
everywhere just went mad.
So he's I see some of his posts on my WhatsApp, right? And he was with Seun Kuti recently.
Oh, Seun Kuti was at homecoming. Funny enough, Seun Kuti came backstage like 2 minutes before Odumodu was about to perform the Declan Rice.
He loves Odumodu apparently.
Bro, he just watched Odumodu just perform the Declan Rice. When he came out like this, he was the first to walk him like,
that was a performance.
Seun is the militant one in the family.
Yes.
He's the general. So when he sees people like, this is what we are talking about.
The energy.
This is the energy, the vibranium.
Shout out to the Ikpeme Neto.
Yeah, one time, did his own thing too. It was cool. Shout out to everybody came. Was done by past 2. I already heading home.
And you say you're stressed.
I'm stressed.
But you are eating, you are enjoying, you are singing, you are doing stuff.
My left leg is bending me for some reason. I don't know why.
Sorry.
I don't know.
You need to go back to the gym.
Before I go to the gym, if I go to the gym, then I'm crippled.
No, but it will help now.
But let this one first go down. I think I need a deep tissue massage.
Did you? Yes, you do.
I think I need the massage.
Actually, I prioritize having massages.
Yeah, it's not the massage that you see on Twitter where the women are naked and the man is doing another thing today.
Exactly.
Yeah, professional massage, please.
Yeah.
Please and please.
Different types of massages for different things, and different pain points.
We're talking about Emmanuel's massage.
Exactly.
Because there's one guy he's called Emmanuel on Twitter.
Oh, is that his name?
If your wife go, your girlfriend go there. There's no need.
The one that does the full body massage.
It's not full body. It's intercourse. He does.
Oh, there's something they call it.
Neuro massage.
Neuro massage.
This is bank bros.
Please don't kill me.
X video. So that's how my week went, anyways.
Amazing.
How was your own week? Apart from dyeing your hair.
See, that was one of the high points of my week because I was scared.
Which involved AOT2.
Well, I beg you rest. You would just happen to come at that time. And besides,
coming at that time is the key issue in everything. It's why Nigeria is 200
I would have
million.
still gone.
Okay.
Fair point.
Yes.
I actually see what you did there.
Yeah. Buzz.
100%. I had a great week. I had a couple of meetings for prospective, hopefully money bringing ventures.
Hey, wow.
I also was on set of a production for Marie Claire.
Oh.
Those pictures I sent to you, the duck pictures.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought maybe mommy what they call you. Say me just.
Do you know I was going to lie that those pictures were taken in Maldives, but like
Really
because I
Maldives.
wasn't dressed for the occasion
Not
for
really
the Maldives, and now
Mhm.
can't lie, right? See these pictures. Unfortunately, I know everybody tells me that I hoard pictures, but like I'll release them at some point, right? But yeah, I went for a production for
2025.
God, I beg. It can happen before them.
Okay.
Don't underestimate me.
I understand.
It can happen.
So you went for a production.
Yeah, for Marie Claire.
Ooh, fancy.
Marie Claire Nigeria will be launching soon.
Hey. So no more fake product, all you girls.
Well, more like giving women the into of what's happening in every facet of their lives.
Okay.
So whether politics, beauty,
Oh,
fashion,
360p.
yeah. So still holding the Marie Claire, for the world view of Marie Claire, but like also just bringing it into Nigeria.
People don't use Mary Kay anymore because Mary Kay was popular.
Oh,
at one
Mary
point.
Kay, people still use Mary Claire. They have Mary Kay rather.
That's what I like. This every smart Mary Kay. I'm like, bro, calm down.
Yeah, but I feel like I'm doing ads for Marie
Yeah,
Claire.
please do. Yes.
Chidera, run me my bag.
Invoice no hard. It's in dollars. Thank you.
But they actually paid me for what I did. So
Look at God. See, look at President quality Ikpeme. There is not holding back funds.
No, Ayo, but you know that.
So that we can do roofing and gates. That's all. No, we don't get gates. Because I'm money that don't disturb us. No, we don't put gates for front.
Please don't
Do
kill
not
me.
trespass. That's all we want. What moving on?
Yeah, I did that. It was fun. Met a lot of young people. I spoke to someone who was talking about entering the music industry, and I think you should meet her. She's very interesting.
We have money.
No, she's just entering.
And that's now when you enter, it's money you need to.
See, and also it opened my eyes to how right now in Lagos there's an increase in the influx of young people from other parts of Nigeria into Lagos.
Welcome.
Yeah, increasingly, and they're doing such great work at it. I also just want to, I think for me, what I thought to say to them was like, Lagos is not a real place. Don't take it seriously.
I will say what I say about, Steve was in the group chat last night, and Steve was wilding. I don't know what I can tell you. I'll tell you after
the pod. Please don't forget.
Yeah.
Because like I see a lot of people getting comfortable because they see like Lagos from the island perspective and just like, oh, it's all vibes here.
Lagos.
Do you understand? It's all vibes here. But Lagos is still that place that if you're not careful, your phone is going to get snatched.
You go collect.
Get kidnapped.
You go collect.
Get beaten up. It's still that place. There is the online presence of Lagos and there's the offline presence of Lagos. The offline presence hits really hard.
So
and like you need to open your eyes to it.
So there's the Dirty December version.
Exactly. Yeah. I did that and then I colored my hair. A close family friend of mine also got married over the weekend.
Oh.
It wasn't on Instagram. I'm sorry. My first thought when I think about social media is not Instagram. I'm sorry.
Yeah, what's Snapchat?
WhatsApp.
Oh, okay.
Well, Snapchat then WhatsApp.
All right.
Yeah, I had the most amazing time. I think more and more increasingly I'm beginning to appreciate spending time with family. Remember at the beginning of the year I told you I want to spend more time with my friends and their families.
Yeah.
And I think I'm doing a great job at that. So
Side note. Ugochi is one of those people that come to your wedding and the older women will be looking at them as halos. That's all I can say.
Actually.
Thank you.
No, but
Because some people now, I don't know, his breast is for children and husband. But now breast is social standing.
No, but
People with big breasts sit down here. You with small.
I'm
abaluma.
sorry, I'm a
Okay.
D cup. What am I going to do about it? Where should I put all these boobies though?
Okay.
Where am I supposed to keep it?
And your cup run it over. Thank God.
Literally. So what am I going to
33.
do with this blessing now? Do you want me to hide it?
The day one bride will beat all of them and they come.
God, I
Say
beg.
me, I never show breast. I can't show breast.
My bride kind of loved it.
Also,
so.
please carry them back. Give them pure water. Only pure water.
You guys, nobody
small
toasted
chops.
me at that wedding, and I
Times
think
are
I'm
hard.
hurt a little.
Times are hard.
I'm
Money-
I feel a little bad about that.
It shows that CBIC ministry is working. Men are becoming more faithful.
God, I beg. But there were single guys there now. What are we talking
Single guys
about?
are thinking of their careers before they give money to women.
See,
Uh-uh.
you need to build with somebody at the end of the day.
shit, Julius
And
Berger.
I'm smart like that. So,
Okay.
hey, it's not all about love as well.
All right.
I want to be loved, though, but like still on still. But yeah, I had a great week. Seems very promising. A lot of promising things going on, and I speak it into existence.
I think the economy has opened up after the election. I think
Yes.
people are just really getting into the groove of everything now.
And they're not looking to the government for the groove. Exactly. That's what I sense.
Do
Right?
you see that South African business guy who says that if you go to Lagos or you go to Nigeria, the people in Nigeria don't wait for the government for handouts.
No.
They
Yeah, I
move.
saw it.
He was talking to South Africans. He saw South Africa.
Yeah.
Saying Nigerians will not wait for the government for one thing.
Yeah.
And I think that's what has helped us. Like, we know the government is useless.
Exactly.
So Nigerians will like, how would they do it?
Exactly.
How
How
would
we
they
want to take run now?
How would they run and and that's why we always pissed when government is not our business. Like, no, do your own business.
Exactly.
And we will do our own. How will they make our money not concern you? How will they make your money not concern us?
Exactly.
Everybody to your own.
Though the way that they are making some policies to cripple our own efforts
there would they fight.
is the
Now
one.
there would
Yeah,
they fight.
that's the demon we're fighting.
Now there would they fight.
Exactly. But yeah, it was a good week. I had a great time. I
Okay.
had fun actually.
Good for you. Now,
Yeah.
let's jump into tweet of the week real quick.
Tweet of the week.
Yeah, let me just get
I
into
don't know when I'll stop doing that thing, by the way. I actually like the way it sounds.
Now you and Phil go discuss that one.
Especially because it's my voice on it.
Okay. Shakara.
Love it.
Anyway, tweet of the week. Let me scroll down and we are here. Okay. And it goes thus. This is from Bible Believing B. The B is for body. Shout out to you. First of all, I've learned that in Lagos now there's a distinction. They said that the girls who look mid and who are not baddies are known as civilian girls.
What the fuck?
Yes, actually. And I agree with that concept. Actually.
What does that mean? Who is determining which girl looks mid?
No, actually.
What's the litmus test for that?
I understand. It's eye test. Why you look? Man, this is
Some people
babe.
eye they paint them.
Apart from being me, for me it's not me though, but you look at the baby like she ain't about that life. She's just a civilian.
What does that mean?
That you're not
What life?
you are not how do they call it now? What's the word? I'm trying to remember it.
Tell me.
You are
There has to
not
be something.
commercializing your beauty. That's what we say. That is the closest.
So,
that is the.
So am I a civilian?
You're a civilian. Me, I know you were. You're
Wow.
a civilian baby. Don't like the civilian.
I'm hurt.
95. But I saw that when you see them, this can't be civilian. She's about that life.
But now I've dyed my hair. I'm probably like a prostitute now. What do you think?
Yeah, wait now. Your house go see her. I beg. I beg. Let's be serious.
Don't worry, I'm going to be on social media. What do you mean?
No,
I'm going to post. I'm thinking that I'm going to post it on Instagram.
She didn't say when. She said she will post it on Instagram.
That's true.
When she posts it on Instagram, maybe Mark Zuckerberg has left.
Maybe I've changed my hair color by then. Back
All
to
right.
black.
So this Bible believing body
Love it.
said, Nigerian men, please, the response to a congratulatory message on your proposal is not when you refuse to marry me. It's thank you.
Thank you.
I see not. I don't understand.
Let's see who has ears here.
But you refuse to marry me now. So why you not congratulating me? Is it of your concern?
Why can't they congratulate you though?
Why? Leave me alone.
See,
I'm married. Don't be chasing men.
It's so cheeky.
Stop your harlotry.
It's so cheeky. And when you refuse to marry
What
me.
I like is what I like is that, but I don't love my wife. It's you I love. That's the classic one.
Oh no. Or the men that marry like slim ladies and say I love thick women. It's just like homeboy, be serious.
You know, it's a thing that you will not marry your spec.
At the end of the day, I agree. I agree.
Because some people say I'm looking for tall, dark, and handsome. You not say husband. I can't pop up at 5.
But I beg.
You don't wonder what's happening.
But like, to be honest, I get that, right? Married goes way beyond even your spec, right?
Yeah.
Funny, I was having a conversation.
No, sorry,
with
my marriage never go beyond my spec. I beg you, name of God. God knows the desires of our hearts. It's on my own. It comes in a certain shape and size.
See?
Thank you very much.
I was having
And complexion.
I've told you
I
that I know your spec.
I said complexion.
But I told you that I know your spec.
I didn't say dark or light. I said
But
complexion.
me, I know your spec.
What's my spec?
Don't worry, I'm not saying so that all the people that are in love with you, like your wife that emailed us now, will not be saying, that means I always cheating on me or shit.
All right, moving
But
on.
like I know your spec, Sham.
All right.
I was having this conversation about marrying your spec with my makeup artist. Shout out to Fumi of Dove Carve. She does best face beats as far as I'm concerned. And very affordable as well. We're having a conversation because she's thickums, like thick.
All right.
Her hips are like
BBW
out of this.
things.
Do you understand? But her husband is like slim. And I was like, how does that even work?
It works. Story.
She was like, say the husband, they carry him or they jack him up. I said, that's it.
I like men that know that this is the load.
That is
Carry
it.
it. When you see those kind of men, you like hate them. Like you can boss.
understand what I mean?
Yeah.
No, but I hail men, slim men that marry thick women, short men that marry tall women.
See,
Shout out to you
something
guys.
must kill a man. So
Listen.
you must big.
You want chop frog, chop
So that
fat one.
when you are going for social functions like this, and they see the woman like this,
And now my wife be this.
this is a titled man. He
Do you
doesn't need to
understand?
have official title. He's a titled man.
I love it.
Yeah.
But also, we kind of also now spilled into that thing where when I went to dye my hair, I met another woman there. She actually advised me against dyeing my hair titanium. She said I should dye it some other color, ginger, which was the initial color when I dyed it to, right? And she was talking about how women should keep their identities in a sense. Like, you know how, for instance, now if somebody marries you, AOT2, they say, that's AOT2's wife.
Oh, yeah.
As opposed to, that's this babe who's married to AOT2.
But sometimes, no, but sometimes me as a guy, there's some guys I say, I'm like, this person's husband.
That's you now.
Yeah,
we're talking about
enlightened people.
Yeah, do you understand? We're talking about on the streets, on the road. Like, now this person wife be that too.
Yes, no.
Do you understand what I mean?
So
Like,
a man shall leave his parents and, what's that verse?
which is fine, right?
Yeah.
But it's also that thing that it takes away from the woman as well.
So what's the woman's solution to this?
So she says that she likes when people meet her and they want to get to know her as opposed to saying, but you're this person's wife, right?
Oh, yeah.
Do you understand what I mean? Because like she also she has an
exists beyond
identity
where-
exactly of her own that's away from her husband completely.
All right.
Actually, do you get what I mean?
But it's the husband's fiction. That's what I'm focusing on.
But shout out to Nigerian men, and they need to do better. Somebody
Need to
not
do better,
marrying
need to do
you.
better. But outside Nigeria, now we hot. But
See,
moving on.
but also it's also annoying for me how much we talk about marriage and relationships in Nigeria. It's just like,
Bro,
can we talk about something else?
On Twitter, before this episode drops, there'll be relationship topic.
Of course, 100%.
There'll be, and it's not even the well-nuanced ones. It's always this annoying one.
It's also
If your wife earns 3 million naira and you earn 300,000, will you used to be a stay-at-home husband? Gladly, I will.
Stay at home. Do you stay at home, man?
I'm only available for
You wear
breeding.
apron, Seth.
I'll tell the wife, it's breeding. Don't use it to breed. That's all.
Use me, baby.
Use me. I am your 3D dildo. That's all.
See, it's so interesting that we're having this conversation because I feel like I've been having pockets of this conversation throughout my week. So I have a friend who we have this mutual friend who, do you know I didn't even see it? We have this mutual friend who stopped dating somebody because like she was higher placed than him.
Oh, it happened.
Yeah. And it was just like, but what do you want with your life? And we had to have that conversation. I was having a conversation with my friend to say, is this something that you would shy away from? Like if your wife earns more than you? He was like, to be honest, it's best that you earn more than your wife.
From his own POV, right?
Yes. Actually, I think location also matters in this conversation.
Oh, yeah, def.
So if you're, for instance, out of Nigeria, where the laws support women more than it does men, it would be better for you to earn more than your wife, right?
Yeah, yes. And get a prenup.
Exactly. But if you're in Nigeria or in Africa and your wife earns more than you, it's also that thing where my friend was saying that you should just try to ensure that you keep working. You don't sit back and wait.
Oh, yes. Don't be a liability.
Yeah,
man,
don't say,
definitely.
we're making jokes now about being a stay-at-home husband and shit. But like, ensure that you're doing something. And I think this goes for both male and female, right?
Oh, yeah. No, I don't really fuck with the whole housewife, thingy.
Exactly. Oh, so actually, one of my close friends said he got married to his wife because he wanted a stay-at-home wife.
And that's his own pin. If
Whatever rocks your boat.
If the two agree, but me and I come back, you now will be sitting there, you wear wrapper.
But don't hoodwink anybody into doing that.
You now sit down, you now wear wrapper. You
Do
now
you get what I
say,
mean?
sorry, the gen went off. I was waiting for you for money for plug.
Exactly. I think that both ways, either party should ensure that they are doing something because trust me, begging for money for cream is probably the most embarrassing thing.
Even as an individual, you have something good for yourself.
Well, but let's not also underestimate the fact that there are some people who just really don't want to do anything.
Oh yeah,
there are also people who don't want to reach for anything.
Oh yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, speak to them. Like we speak to that, but I think communication is important. Like be clear on what you want from the jump, right? Don't deceive anybody into getting into some agreement that they don't even want to follow through with.
Yeah,
right?
True that.
So you're giving me one gist of something you saw on the internet recently.
That was some crazy shit, man. You know how returnees and not returnees, but Nigerians in diaspora send the money back home and for a project, and when they come back home,
the money don't disappear.
Ghosts.
Into the ocean.
Ghosts.
Love it.
Yeah.
Evaporated money.
Evaporated money. All right, man. So I was on social media this week, Ugochi, and there was one particular story that caught my eye.
Oh, yeah?
And it's like a recurring thing, there was this woman, she had been in America for like 40 years.
Oh, wow.
She came back to the country. Obviously, during those 40 years, she was giving money to her brother to help her purchase land, have a building and all that, create, erect a building for her.
Next of kin P.
And, she comes back for inspection, and alas, it's an uncompleted building after 40 years. And there was a video that went viral. The lady was crying out, like, this is unfair, this is injustice. And this has been happening over and over again. It's not the first time I've seen this. We've seen cases of people coming back to Nigeria at the end of the day. And they give their relatives money to help them start a business or construct a building, a house. And when they come back to the country, they don't even see a foundation.
True.
Some might not even see land at the end of the day. And, that's just a whole problem. That's a whole diaspora to Nigeria problem right now.
I think the funny part for me is when, it's how, they keep, they send you updates.
Yeah.
The person you've entrusted your money in kind of sends you updates to say, look, the house, the foundation, done the. It's just how wicked are you?
Yeah, that's
go to somebody else's site.
Oh, site's plenty now. Site's plenty.
It's giving catfish.
Yeah, and this leads us to our guest on 234 Essential today. Neto is in the building, ladies and gentlemen.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop. In case anybody doesn't know who Neto is the founder of something really, really big right now. He is the founder of WellaHealth. But we'll allow him to talk more on that. Hi, Neto.
Hey, Ayo. And AOT2, I you go by and Ugochi.
Yeah, welcome on the pod. All right. Like I said, he's the founder of WellaHealth. And I don't want to speak, Yoruba people have been saying that you don't shave a man's head in his absence. So please just give us a breakdown of what WellaHealth is.
I'm present.
Yeah, we can shave it. But yeah, just give us a quick breakdown of what WellaHealth is.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. So WellaHealth is a health technology company based out of Abuja, Nigeria, where we build software and solutions to enable affordable access to healthcare. Core focus is using technology and using alternative care pathways. So things like telemedicine, working with pharmacies. We've got a network of over 2,000 pharmacies, and then also working with labs and other healthcare providers. So it's really giving people access to really good healthcare that is really affordable.
Okay, so basically the healthcare services is people from the diaspora, being able to give healthcare services to their loved ones back here in Nigeria. That's it basically, right?
Absolutely, yes. So, talk about my own experience. So I was a doctor in the diaspora, for a very long time. And then my family back in Nigeria were struggling with their own healthcare. And I felt very bad that I was able to give healthcare to people in the diaspora and then my own people back home were struggling. So that's when I made the move back. A crazy thing a lot of people say I did, but I made the move back to Nigeria to figure this whole healthcare thing out.
I promise it's not crazy.
Well, lots of people say, are you okay? And village people calling you back. Made the move back and tried to figure out a lot of healthcare. And we kind of have, so we've networked over 2,000 healthcare providers, pharmacies, doctors, labs. And now we are using that to solve a problem that I had as a doctor in the diaspora, which is helping my own family members access healthcare. And so we've recently launched a diaspora product where people in the diaspora can pay and buy a voucher and then use that voucher to buy a variety of services. So whether it's health insurance plans, whether it's medicine. So if you have a family member that has diabetes, hypertension, you can easily buy medicines for them using our platform. And then also doctor visits, doctor chats, ability for nurses to go in and check on your loved ones, those types of things. So a host of services that you can access when you buy a voucher on our diaspora site. And the advantage is that we can guarantee the quality. So you have, a system and a group of people and our company behind that process to ensure that you're getting the right quality. We can go in and make sure that, things are going well. And then also there's transparency, of course, because, like you spoke about the lady that, was sending money home and they were going to random sites to send pictures back. Here you've got a trusted middleman that will make sure that money is actually going towards healthcare.
Oh, sounds really, really good. Now, so people in diaspora have to go on your platform, to buy a voucher. How safe is that process? Because we're talking about financial details, and how well safe is that process?
Yeah, so great question. So we plug into established international payment gateways. So people in diaspora will know about Stripe. So we actually use Stripe's infrastructure. So you go in and if you bought anything online, chances are you've used Stripe in the past. So you go in and then, put in your cards on Stripe, take that payment, and then we can then, mirror that on a digital platform where we will then interact with you and let you know how you can spend that value with, whichever service you want to buy.
Cool.
I have a question for you, Neto, based off of the vouchers you're speaking about. Just like we have health plans here in Nigeria, does WellaHealth also have varying packages for people to plug in, or is one streamlined payments type of option? Are there options for people to try different things, and what are they?
Yes, so loads of options. The reason we've gone with vouchers is that it enables you to do a number of different things. So with health plans, the challenge in Nigeria is a lot of health plans don't actually cover older people. So once you're above 65, most health insurance companies will say, sorry, we can't cover you. But of course, if you're over 65, you still need healthcare. If anything, you need more healthcare, right?
Yeah.
And so that was why we deliberately didn't just say, come and buy health plans, because we know that people in the diaspora probably have parents that are over 65. So for those people, then they may not be able to buy a health plan, yes, but then they can use the value in that voucher to buy other things. So a typical example we have now is, you've got a 70-year-old mother in, say, Onitsha that has diabetes. If you're somewhere in London, there's no real way for you to know, how's her diabetes? Is she taking her drugs? Is she taking the right drugs? All those types of things. So there's always that underlying anxiety and worry. And I had that. This is a story that I've faced myself. And so with this now, we then take that anxiety away. Is that, we would go in, we would get her medications for her from a trusted source. We'll make sure she's taking it. We'll do lab tests for her to make sure she's, on the right track. We'll, get a doctor to see her as well if she needs it. And so now you've got, like I said, a trusted middleman that is really helping you to coordinate that care, helping you to direct it as you need to, especially for your older loved ones.
Yeah.
If your loved ones are younger, below 65, then there's a traditional health plan you can buy, and we can also facilitate that.
Okay. How do you see WellaHealth, contributing to the healthcare system in Nigeria? Because we all know the healthcare system in Nigeria is not the way it should be. So how do you see WellaHealth, helping the Nigerian healthcare system?
Yes. So if you want to start talking about the problems in Nigerian healthcare,
holes,
right? So where I think some of the big problems are around the way demand is being matched with supply, and so where we play a big part is aggregating demand. So if you were to just walk in off the street or say come and pay for healthcare from the diaspora by yourself, you're just one customer to that one clinic or that one pharmacy. But imagine if we had, say, 500,000 people in the diaspora paying via one platform and demanding that platform gives a certain level of quality, that cascades down. Then we can now go over to the healthcare providers and say, listen, you have to give a certain type of quality, otherwise, these 500,000 people that are paying us, we can bring them to you. And we're already seeing that because we manage hundreds of thousands of patients. And we're now demanding a certain level of quality from healthcare providers. So you can walk in up the street to Ugochi and, they don't really care because you're a random person off the street. But when I go in with, my millions of naira that I use from, tens of thousands of patients, they have an incentive to treat me differently. So that is that aggregating that demand means that you can actually command more respect and quality.
Cool.
Amazing. So Neto, I wanted to ask if WellaHealth keeps health records or health history of their patients, right? In a case where if their illness or ailment transcends to something else, they can always move their documents knowing that somebody has a record already, and the doctor or physician who has to check them already sees that firsthand that this is what's going on. I'll give an instance. Diabetes hits real close to home for me, and as you would agree, diabetes makes you susceptible to many other things, right? So you just know probably so many things. Your wounds are not healing quickly. You're probably going to get a stroke. It probably affects your eyes. Different things, right? And then I find I was just talking to AOT2 about it, that some people, or some because of the way Nigeria is structured, that we don't really keep records of anything, not just health, but anything. It's that thing where when you go to a physician, the person is just, or you go to the hospital, the person they're treating what they can see right there and then, right? As opposed to the root cause. And of course, I feel personally that it's largely based off of a lack of records. So what does the WellaHealth do in this position?
Okay, yeah, good question, Ugochi. So I'd say first of all, it's to perhaps understand some of the misconceptions around how healthcare is delivered. Is that yes, while Nigeria does struggle in a lot of aspects of our healthcare, doctors and healthcare institutions are actually legally mandated to keep records, and it's in the National Health Act that they must keep records. And actually, we do generally keep records. Now, the quality of those records, that's a different conversation,
Yes.
but the records are kept. The other challenge outside of the quality of the records is how fragmented those records are. So you're right in that if you go to one facility, they have a record, you go to a different facility, they have another record. The third facility has a different record.
Exactly.
And they all don't have the benefit of what has happened in the other place.
Exactly.
And in fact, sometimes another facility say, no, we don't accept the other one, we're going to repeat that test, go and do this, go and do that.
100%.
Making it more expensive for you and more stressful for you. So those are real big challenges, and that fragmentation of care of record keeping. And where we come in is being able to coordinate that a little to be better. So we don't keep full healthcare records because there's privacy and confidentiality and clauses around that. But there's parts of the record that we can keep. And so whenever you have an interaction with a facility, what you should actually always ask for is a discharge summary or a summary letter. And now people are not savvy enough to ask that question, but it's actually your legal right to have that. Every time you go in, tell the doctor, tell the hospital or clinic, now that we finished this, can I have a discharge summary or a summary letter? And they're obligated and obliged to give it to you. Now, practice, that doesn't mean that they will, but they should.
Of course.
And if you ask, they will. So when you have that, you can then send that to us, and we can now use that to help you when you're going around. And what we do is we keep some, basic records, but we don't have the in-depth records that your interaction with the hospital or doctor will generate directly.
Oh, okay. Going back to the vouchers, I just want to be clear on some level. Are there different payment plans for the vouchers, or is it just one voucher for everything? Are there is it structured? Are there different tiers for it?
Yeah, thanks for that question, Ayo. So we're starting out with just having a simple voucher, and then once you pay, we then contact you to then understand how you want it to be spent. Over time, we hope to then bring in the things you described, have different tiers, different benefits for different types of vouchers. But at the moment, we're just keeping it very simple, so that also we understand what people want to spend the vouchers on. So simple voucher, we'll be in touch with you to help you decide where and how to spend it, and then go from there.
Okay. The aspect of the telemedicine service, where people can speak to professionals. I'd just like to know: are the professionals based here in Nigeria or are they abroad?
So they're based in Nigeria. So one of the peculiar things about healthcare is that local knowledge and local nuances are also important. So Nigerian doctors will tell you that Nigerian patients come and say, "My body will do me one kind." Try telling that to an American doctor, someone that doesn't understand the cultural nuances. And so it's local doctors that are solving local problems. And we work with very, very skilled doctors and give them the right training, and we connect them to the right places so that you can get really good quality care. Now, where people need specialist input, we do have links to say having doctors in the diaspora again to be involved, but it's local doctors with local expertise that understand what they need to do. And Nigerian doctors are actually very, very good.
Yeah.
I mean, they're one of our biggest exports, by the way.
Yeah, true that.
I want to ask you what, right now in the health sector here in Nigeria, I reading through WellaHealth's bio. It's the thing I read that you guys have a lot of reach, so even down to the closest pharmacies. How are you able to make that work, and especially across the 36 states in Nigeria? I'm guessing that WellaHealth covers all 36.
Indeed,
Yeah.
It's hard work. I tell you, Ugochi, it's very hard work. So imagine me leaving the diaspora to go and find a pharmacy or a hospital in Jalingo.
Listen.
It wasn't easy, but that's what passion helps you to do. So you're right, right? Every state, now it skews urban, of course, as you can imagine, because rural areas are just challenging. They don't even have the services at all. It skews urban, but we're in every state, and we are able to, go quite, far, and to reach where people are. And so what we do to manage that process, because it is a challenge. We have about 2,000 facilities, affiliated with us. is we leverage a lot of technology. We have a team of people that are actually, always roving around to solve problems. And so, in every state, we have a couple of people that can go in to work with a healthcare provider to solve any problem that comes up. And we have systems, so we do a lot of checklists, do a lot of training, and we also have a 5-point rating scale for every facility. It's a bit like Uber. So every time you have an interaction with it, you rate it. But when the patient rates it, it's 1 point on the scale. We have a few other objective ratings that we have internally. And that helps us to create a model for what is a good score. And so when pharmacies or hospitals or clinics or doctors drop below what we feel is an acceptable score, we're able to intervene. And if they consistently aren't improving, we actually kick them off the platform. So again, all these quality control steps are important to help people just rest assured that there is somebody that is looking after this. I remember I built this for myself and my family first of all. So I wanted to work for myself and my family before I worked for anybody else.
True that. All right. Yeah.
I'm still on this. So I'm really keen on this because I pay for my own healthcare. I have a HMO plan. And so
Nice.
I'm
one of 3% of the country.
Oh yes, because I find that I don't fall sick often, but when I do, and because I live alone too, I'm like my brain is in overdrive. I'm hoping that something gets to me. I have a drawback with my HMO. I'll probably tell you about that maybe off this interview, so that I don't ruin their business for them. But it's that thing where I'm seeing part of the benefits from WellaHealth that it's not just for illnesses; it also covers maternity. Is this correct?
Yes, so we do have plans that can cover maternity. Yes.
Interesting. This is important because increasingly we're seeing a lot of Nigerians in the diaspora who have wives or have supposed brides here in Nigeria. Yeah. Do you get what I mean? And it would be nice for them to also know that even though your wife is here, she still has access to antenatal care and all of that benefits. I don't know. Are there any other benefits you want to tell us about WellaHealth? Just in closing, because AOT2.
Yeah, so antenatal is one of them, and I think the key thing, and this is why we go with the voucher method, is that whatever requirements you want or need or have, we actually can work around it and find you the best thing. So it's better than just going directly to an HMO, which you've alluded to, which is that we can actually go and shop for you what the best option is. So if you want antenatal, maternity benefits, it's there. If you want, pharmacy benefits where you get drugs up to a certain point, it's there. If you want, cancer cover event.
All right.
Fantastic.
All right. Thank you for giving us this insight on your wonderful product. Obviously, I guess a lot of people use it, and they won't fall victim to the whole ghost building and ghost other services they send back home.
Next of kin behavior, bad behavior.
Actually, so to that point, one of the biggest areas of fraud is healthcare, because you can say
Interesting.
Yeah.
a lot of things, but if they say, "Mama is sick," are you wicked? Mama is sick.
So true.
As Mama may not be sick,
Exactly.
So transparency is super important.
All right. True.
And since you guys are the middlemen in all of this, you have nothing to gain or nothing to lose at the end of the day. So you might as well just be truthful. That's really great.
Cool story, man. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Amazing to be on the show.
All right.
Same here. I hope to see more of you because I'm sure like a lot of our listeners will have more questions. We need a professional to handle.
Indeed.
Very pleasure talking to you, Neto.
Agri doctor at some point.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Neto. It was nice talking to you.
All right, bye. Speaking about men and aspect, when I was working in Pulse, the first year where we were,
Yeah.
there was this guy, we used to go and eat food there. This woman is a Calabar woman.
Yeah.
And you know what they say about Calabar women and everything. And she had so she's well, round, her curves and everything. And her husband is very slim. And one day we were just joking and I said, have you noticed that man always drinks malt and milk every time? And it's true, since that day when I went there, he used to drink malt and milk.
I love it.
Because Baba,
Replenishing the lost electrolytes.
You have to deliver.
Do you understand?
Deliver your poly units now. Shout out to all the men that are drinking malt and milk.
See, for energy.
They add everything so that mama can be fine at home.
Can be okay.
Can be okay. She can be smelling.
See.
Because some women, when they come to work the next day, they always frowning.
See.
That's because that last night, Baba know to deliver. It was a very below the par performance.
Listen.
Yeah.
But I think that's okay sometimes. Sometimes the performance is not going to be 100%.
Yeah.
I think it's okay.
All right.
Myself and my makeup artist were talking about this thing you're talking about. She said they were going to go into some medical thing, and they were like, they can't have sex for 10 days.
Yeah.
No, for 30 days.
No.
And she was like, And she can't even do 10. And I was like, I love
That's
that.
a woman after my spirit.
Do you get what I mean?
See, you want to give me 14 days.
See.
If I say 14 days, at
So
one
I've
point.
been having sex though.
No. I've
What is
said
celibacy boys?
when I was in the world. When I was saying, until I
You
confessed.
guys, conversation, now talk, they bring talk.
Now,
Wow.
When I was in the
You
world.
can't do more than 14 days.
See,
Let's go back to that point, please. Don't.
I know I said now. When I was in the world. When I was age like 11 days.
Because you're still in it, by the way.
I started seeing it in black and white. By the 13th day, I've lost vision in one eye.
Kid me.
14.
I love it.
General Hospital. There's no how.
I
Because I don't support all this. I don't know that. I understand nature of things where your wife will travel or maybe you want to relocate somewhere. Bro.
Just know that your spouse is keeping the body somehow.
I'm putting myself in a suitcase. We are going legally or illegally. 14 days.
But we need to talk about all those kind of things.
Unless maybe so time of the month and everything. After time of the year, madam, I'm beating up for those days. What do you mean?
Those 4-5 days.
It's critical. Essential. 14 days. Who do you want to kill?
I love it.
14 days.
It's very interesting to know that
Shout
people
out to
are
Jesus.
also...
Shout out to Jesus that was tested in all things.
Love it.
Because 14 days.
That's the longest time.
As a Jesus, you know that
Bros J.
you came directly from God. We are the Android.
You came
the
from
iPhone.
heaven to
So
earth.
you see me, Magdalene. I'm gonna hit you back like in the next 40 minutes. I'm good, my guy. 14 days.
Listen.
I'll tell that doctor, it's like you're not going to proper school. So let's revise this. Are you sure this is the latest version of the thing you're telling us?
There's upgraded version now.
14 days is actually small because the couples, they'll tell you, so like for 4 months, you should not be in have any sexual intercourse.
Exactly.
I asked my wife, so...
What are we going to be doing?
No, so the second wife will be coming home on Saturday.
Wow.
For the next 4 months.
Wow.
It's not as if
and there goes, I will not be a cheating husband in the morning.
That's not cheating mother because you already know.
This is an open relationship.
Polygamy is not cheating.
So you are open to open relationships. Depending on the rules
side,
that abide.
Or decide, yes.
Okay.
Because 60 days, what am I doing?
That's the longest time, huh?
60 days.
What's the longest you stay without sex though?
I can't remember. No, not that I'm in Christ.
God, I beg.
From eternity to eternity.
That was supposed. I don't set leg for you.
I don't see. Oh God.
I don't set leg for you, but
I don't see me. I don't say no.
I heard they also beat you guys.
So moving
I called Ayo during the week as a good friend.
Because now evil, you all follow me talk.
Manchester United though. I was just seeing notifications on my my Twitter.
That's the only one.
Ayomide Tayo has drop. I now ask people that because I went on WhatsApp status and I saw that Man U was playing. And I said, let me call Ayo to see if Ayo is okay. Ayo did not pick my call.
Yes, no.
And I was like, what's going on? He finally called back and I was like, are you fine? How are you? And he was like, what do I mean? What do I mean by that? What am I asking?
The way I said it, like my voice was angry.
But you were angry now.
No, I wasn't.
But you were angry.
I was concerned, like, whoa, what do you mean by that?
It's not true. That's not the way you sounded.
I
just say, what do you mean by that? Is that why you called me?
This is how when God created Eve, the word
defensive, so defensive. I was like, okay, but like I heard that your team, they scored them 3-0.
We gallantly bad out because we have bigger things to do.
So on the table now, where are you guys?
We are third now.
Okay, you guys are still looking good.
We are looking good. We are good. Is
Arsenal still top of the league?
So Arsenal's case is this. You know how when it's an elephant on top of a tree, you know what will happen at the end of the day. So they are there, but it don't shake.
They shake.
They don't shake. And when it shakes, Steve,
loud gun.
Steve, I've said it, you will leave that group that day.
Is Steve an Arsenal fan?
Steve is a Wururu Arsenal fan. When he sees you are winning, he will go. When he down, he will not move.
I love it.
But I've said, Steve, you will leave that group for me.
I love it.
Because the torture, I will torture you. Oh, Lord have mercy.
But I'm rooting for Arsenal, because a lot of my good friends are Arsenal fans.
So, first talking point of the...
Wait, before we go to the talking point, shout out to people who are very honest about their sexual needs. I think it's very important to be clear about it from the jump. I don't think...
As long as it doesn't involve pegging me, I'm fine.
You might just like it.
It does.
Because we see...
Or peeing on you.
For people who have been on this pod for a long time, they can see the changes in you based on new information.
Not pegging.
Before you said you can do vasectomy, but then you change your mind because they said you might have erectile dysfunction due to, So I can see your progress. Do you get what I mean?
Not
So
pegging.
it can change. And then you say you will not do TikTok video, but now there's what they call it?
Caveat.
There's a caveat to say that
Moving on.
you don't want to dance, but like you do other challenges.
really dance.
No, Nana, please take note of this thing.
Don't take
We're going
notes.
to do like some challenges. I don't know. Think of challenges for us to do so that we can put it on
But
our
that challenges,
TikTok.
I know they do na.
Come on.
Nah, maybe they do that one.
I might be bad, but
All right, first talking points. Unfortunately, we have to go to Aso Rock, and
I
this
doesn't
man,
like it when I sing.
this man is still in power, or he's still in Aso Rock.
It's going soon now.
Yes, and this week he decided to. Now he's talking freely. Now we don't want to beg him. He now said, "Please forgive me." With less than 40 days to the expiration of his tenure, President Muhammadu Buhari seemed to had done a soul searching as he asked Nigerians to forgive him for the negative impact of his policy.
I thought he said he has done the best thing for
The
Nigerians.
president tendered the apology while speaking at the banquet hall of the presidential villa, Abuja, during his final Salah homage by the residents of the Federal Capital Territory. Buhari, he described himself as a lucky and fulfilled politician, having served as a military governor, as well as Minister of Petroleum and one-time head of state. The president said, "Those that think that I have hurt them so much, please pardon me. I did it in a very good coincidence for me to say goodbye to you and thank you for tolerating me for more than 7.5 years. Buhari, we didn't
Thank God for
tolerate you.
fasting. No.
We didn't tolerate you. We suffered.
We went through hardship.
We went through hell. We went through a lot because of you.
This hell, no be
Yes.
small hello.
I will not forgive you.
Not
We will
all.
use you as a reminder.
Yes.
For generations yet
Consistently.
unborn. You know when you watch all those Oyibo adventures, say, for a generation yet unborn.
Yes.
500 years from
We'll
now.
tell the stories.
We'll tell the story. How we held captive.
Honestly.
Buhari is the captive man.
They hold us for truth like
Yes.
this. It tight.
He said, no.
God, I
please.
beg.
No.
See.
Yeah. No.
You know, somebody even had said family that in this Buhari is Nigeria.
Buhari is Nigeria.
It's so difficult.
This is, you know how Egypt had 7 years of famine?
Yes.
8 years of Buhari. Buhari.
Literally, that's an adjective now.
We need a documentary. 8 years of Buhari.
Honest, a book.
Yes, and to start, the opening shot will be like when he was declared president, people shouting "Say Baba."
On the streets.
Then I say fast forward 8 years later, and you now see us with
Money scarcity.
ashes and sackcloth, wailing by the rivers of Babylon.
With thinned necks.
Yes, would I be singing by the rivers of Babylon,
Tell them.
where we sat down, where we wept, where we remember
You
Zion.
missed the beats. I was
Sorry.
about to give you beats.
It's not
That's how you
pre-prem.
missed
It's
it.
not. No, I do a cappella.
See,
Acapella.
I'm a good producer. I have producer friends.
No, so
I'm just telling you.
all right.
So, you know.
Anyway, Buhari will not forgiving you. I will
At
not
all.
forget.
So for me, it's even him now saying this now when he has said that he gave us the best governance in the past 8 years previously.
Is this the best?
No, he told us that his regime was probably the best in Nigeria. That's what he said.
It was
He has said,
terrible.
this is not verbatim,
And
right?
the thing is,
But
you know the funny thing
he
is
had
that
implied this in
we've
different
had-
interviews in the past.
We've had terrible governments, administration, but Buhari takes the fucking cake,
Take the wreath.
takes the bakery, and
See.
takes the butcher with him.
He's sitting on the zenith of it.
He takes everybody with him.
Pinnacle.
Now, he will even take the dispatch rider where they use deliver the cake.
Listen.
What? Every single index, Buhari has made sure that it has fallen. Unemployment, inflation,
Largely. Education.
education,
Security.
security. Even though terrorism not has reduced, but security overall in Nigeria.
What do you mean by it has reduced?
No, there's actually data it has reduced. But security overall in Nigeria, it has no.
Shit.
It's shit.
Shit.
What else again? Have you bad? Inflation increased.
Economic policies in general.
Terrible.
Dead.
Response to COVID-19.
Electricity.
Oh.
Zero.
COVID-19 response, 0.
That one, hiding palliatives.
SARS was the cake.
icing on the cake.
Icing on the cake.
And then this election
Oh,
took another L.
the 2 elections.
A major L.
2015 and 2019 and 2023.
See,
But this last one, L. Big
majorly.
L. Big L.
So what exactly? Well, where will he start the apology from?
It was a long.
This apology is too shabby for
He
my
wants to do
liking.
apology. The only thing he has to do apology.
Yeah.
That I accept. He should go to Eagle Square. Did you watch Game of Thrones when the Queen was doing shame?
Yeah, shame in the streets. Yeah,
New
yeah.
this thing. Baba just go. We will flog you.
Exactly.
And I'll fly to Abuja to just flog you one.
Only one stroke
And
of the
that
king.
place where I will flog, you know that part where they flog you back in secondary school, where at your back, you have to look for the intersection
See, you
point.
can't meet it.
Eh-heh.
Your hand can't get there.
You are going to find that point. Tire, you know, you will need a deep massage.
But like this apology is honest. Like,
Unnecessary. We don't give a
Yeah.
fuck about you. Just please be going.
See,
May 29 is almost here. 30 days from now.
and speak to the person coming after you that please she needs to do better so that we don't want to be hearing apology.
That's another.
Sorry without action is
That's
dead.
another. See, that one is another
Thing altogether.
That one I just have to. That May 29 we have to do. Here we go again.
But guess what? Again, I say it again and again. Nothing has been promised, so nothing is
Yeah.
expected.
It's like when you're pulling generator. You know when the generator no answer, so you take a break.
Exactly.
Then you go
Chill
back to
for a
pulling.
bit, yeah.
That's a come pulling. Now, what we want to do.
Now
Tinubu
then
now.
swear down.
Yes.
God, I
As
beg.
we are Tinubu that has 2 passports or whatever.
Did you see that video of him
I
and
saw-
Sanwo-Olu?
That was doing social media manager. That's why I can't answer to you people in Lagos. Baba has to go on Canva, do
Taking
everything.
pictures.
Say yes, this is for Instagram. Let me do the TikTok side.
But you know, for me, my question is when there are people taking them photos, are they not worried about where those photos can end up?
So they don't. So now I heard now. I don't know
Yeah,
if it's true.
yeah,
So I heard
allegedly.
allegedly that we are with Tinubu now. If you don't use a high-end phone to record, you cannot even use. So they don't want any.
Oh wait, he's bothered about the quality of the picture than the content.
So that you not go look somehow, Baba go look agile. And I want to tell you, that's why iPhone. Baba don't want Android near him. He wants iPhone.
Please, can you rest? The pictures I sent to you was taken with my Samsung.
This is Samsung
can you be
go
serious?
if you buy house.
Exactly.
Samsung go if you
So
buy.
there's some good Android.
Do you know how many
phones.
people's buy prices like this Samsung? This is
Very true.
You can buy a title like this. With
Actually,
this
I
Samsung.
should look for one chieftaincy title to collect in my village.
The cuckoo they share them. Just do one pipe bomb water or do one way.
I think I want to do road
Yeah, if
because
me,
the
I
road
go-
leading to my village is no good.
If me I go, I will collect the chieftaincy title. One problem is that people that do chieftaincy they always have two
They'll not
wives.
call me Omi Ifuku.
I hear.
That's what I want my
They
title
just
to
give me
be.
one. They just give me one fancy one, but I don't have 2 wives, so I can't go for chieftaincy title.
Why Omi Ifuku?
What's that?
Omi Ifuku means like somebody that does big things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Shout out to you.
I want to do big things only per.
All right.
Listen.
But Buhari did not do any big thing. He just was telling about infrastructure.
And then he says sorry. It's just like that thing where they don't beat the picking, don't they cry because yeah, sorry.
Sorry.
So
what's he go do? I don't go end now.
You don't understand. What's it again?
I heard.
Hey, God, I beg.
Well,
It's-
shout out to every Nigerian who suffered, endured, during this hard
that's the
times.
word,
'Cause
endurance.
At one point, we don't even know that if we wake up the next morning, we will meet our country.
Honestly.
You just tell us, say, we just see white people with cane. All right, slavery part 2 has started. They've shared Nigeria. So the Portuguese will take this side, British will take this
But
side.
you know, I still feel that slavery is still ongoing. Of course, not in that traditional
no,
form
me,
anymore.
I mean this traditional form. Say, oh yeah, you go to you go. Okay, go to go be like house servant.
No, I can't be.
You want their field?
I will
No,
be in
no,
the
no,
field
no.
because the house nigga is brainwashed.
They go look your.
It's whitewashed.
White man go look your specs. Say this spec no.
I'll be used for breathing.
Yeah, used for breathing. No,
Yeah.
those mulattoes.
Exactly.
That is because she get five mulatto children. She
I'm
live
using for breathing.
She live for boys quarters, but people like me and Phil, we go pick cotton.
I feel.
We go pick.
I don't think I want to see Phil in that position.
No, Phil go to record them. We go to do recording for them.
No, he'll be. Yeah, exactly. Do you know
But
they
me-
put him to work.
But me, no.
Now you go to tell the stories of the white people.
What are those?
to the black
What are
niggas.
those? What are those Negro spirituals?
See, first of all, disclaimer: this conversation we're having is pure
It's
ban.
I beg you,
Because
name of God,
we
oh.
know that there are people that it affects
Swing low,
directly.
swing child.
Do you understand?
Come
Not
on,
to
carry me home.
Please, this is all banned.
This is how this kind of song. So
Abeg.
please, we don't slavery because
I don't want to see my face for
But
Insta blog.
But I'm not saying that. But if the, at one point it feels like they just like everybody plantation. You're starting to pick cotton,
Exactly.
pick beans, pick everything.
Have you ever been to a cotton plantation though?
I've been born and bred in Lagos.
Oh, okay. I used to.
It's by luck I've seen chicken safe. It's by luck.
So interestingly, when I grew up in Ogun State, people always forget that I grew up in Ogun State and not Lagos. But
So you say
okay.
you're living in the back end of the. You understand?
Oh, something that also happened during my week. I had a panel thing for an
too much
alumni group.
See, I'm panel. You know, say I'm money sitting allowance.
Well, I don't know. It wasn't anything like that because it was pro bono anyway.
Oh.
I dare say.
Please, anybody that come in pro bono, I don't do.
It was-
I want plenty bono.
It was
I don't
for
pro.
a church alumni group.
It's church. Okay.
So yeah, but it was really fun because it wasn't church questions they were asking. And I was going to talk about cotton plantation in Ogun State. I'll come back to the alumni thing. In Ogun State, where I grew up, one of my neighbors had a cotton farm.
So you need to pick cotton.
Yeah.
Oh, shout out
It
to
was
you.
so interesting to see
Shout
like
out to
how
you.
raw cotton grows, But yeah, so the alumni thing I was telling you about, I was in a panel where they were asking me questions, and one question that really stood out for me, they asked me about office politics and if I played it. And I thought to talk about this because I feel that a lot of young people are probably getting the concept of office politics is rubbing off wrongly on them.
Yeah.
What I answered though, but also speaking largely now or widely, I think office politics is very important.
You were a piece part.
Yeah. In fact, politics in general is important. And I think that if you're not playing it, please join it. Why I say this is that the politics itself is not bad. The people who play is what matters, right? So if you need a level of change, you need to be involved in the politics. And this is the truth. You cannot be a good person and be on the sidelines.
Oh yeah, and it also helps in advancing your career faster.
Exactly.
Hence why you have to get in for the laws of power.
Well, I didn't even have to read that to get to this point.
But you have to understand that there's politics everywhere. So
exactly. In every interaction.
There's no place where there's no politics. There's politics everywhere. You have to know the power players, the movers.
Exactly. Strategic stakeholders.
Yeah. Strategy. Don't come and say, oh, because I'm doing my job. You can do your job and you can still get fired.
Exactly.
And somebody that is not doing the job will not get fired.
And also know that growth is not dependent solely on hard work.
Yeah.
The hard worker stays in the same position for the longest time.
Yeah.
The relationship matters.
It does. Relationship matters.
Very important. You might not like it, but just be involved. You have to do it.
So you have to be more sociable, go to outings and everything.
Be more visible.
Yeah, be more visible.
Yeah.
That's the best thing.
Very important.
Yeah.
So the idea of playing office politics, don't think about it in, somebody's trying to steal our mandates again.
Oh, I have to kiss ass.
Exactly.
No.
It's just really it's human interaction.
And basically just about influence. How much influence do you have within your space?
Exactly.
And how do you manipulate it for greater good or for yourself?
Exactly.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Precisely what I was trying to get at, right?
Yeah.
If you want to make considerable change in anywhere that you are, you have to play the politics.
And you can't be carrying hammer all the time. Now before me, in this woke era.
Exactly.
Sometimes you just have to play.
Live and let live.
This reminds me of when Obama first got into the Senate, the federal Senate, and he said he came in, youngest guy, was doing everything. And those old white men, they look at him. Okay, just did it. He tried to push many bills.
Trying to be the voice in the wilderness.
He said he wanted to learn how to play golf. He was playing poker with this old man, and things were moving faster.
Better.
Look, there's some meetings that are closed in strip clubs.
See.
So, Baba, how much is the company giving me?
Do you understand what I mean?
Then you will now come, sir, have a proposal. You bring PowerPoint.
Exactly. The strategies.
Last time, Baba don't settle the deal with the person.
Do you understand? And then you now feel largely disenfranchised because you're like, but I do the hard work. My sister, my brother.
No.
You didn't keep the relationship.
Yeah.
It's like Baba is not even seeing you. See, the people you need to see you are not seeing you.
Yeah.
Because you're not building a relationship with them.
You are not at the places where they hang out.
Exactly.
Where they network.
Exactly.
You don't even go to their church, which is another key place again.
Fair.
Yeah. So,
their mosques.
But always when you want to ask for something, you now come to the office. No. It doesn't work that way.
But we're in the wake of the Salah period now, actually. The Salah break right now.
Shout out to all our Muslim brothers. We know that you people have shifted
Eid Mubarak.
You shifted this again. You said this is not the one you eat kills.
Big Salah.
So we already know the next one. There's no excuse.
Exactly.
We are coming out with our plates. Basia. Yeah.
But did you eat any Salah food?
No, I said this is not the one they share now.
Oh.
So there's nothing for me.
No, but some people ate.
Hey, it's like Easter. So maybe as well cook something. But the one way you must
kill ram.
Hey, I will even sell lamb during that period.
God, I beg.
So I go know everybody.
Shout out to those people that wait for festive period to sell festive protein, animal protein.
The funniest thing for me was like when it was Eid Mubarak that day. All of a sudden, all the drug dealers in my area started when they wore their Mubarak
their hijab.
I'm like, so you people, today's the day off. You don't. Today's your day off. No selling of drugs. Everything's done.
No, they'll probably sell, but
I
like,
think they left the essential workers. So
exactly.
The next one is that they will go shifter, we go rotator. I'm like, wow.
Oh
wow.
my God.
In the eyes of Allah, you people are selling drugs. Okay.
See, but
so
you know that they are wilding right now though, because it'd be like, how many days of fasting? 30 days?
Those 30 days.
Yeah, they fasted for 30 days.
The night they're looking for moon was serious. They say we never see this moon.
See.
When Sultan say we've seen the moon.
Hey, God, I thank you.
Me, I was praying they won't see the moon, so we have 3 days.
Extra days. I swear.
Can't this moon just hold one day? But shout out to all our Muslim brothers. Anyway.
Do you get what I mean?
As for Buhari, all your fasting, I don't know what you use it to do.
No, from the fasting, this apology come from.
Oh, you know, so...
You know, after the fasting, he was not like, I've really done these people dirty, or let me tell them sorry. That's what happened.
It was
an epiphany, exactly.
Okay.
After the fasting, his eyes were open, the scales had fallen off, he had seen that he had done us dirty, but still upon still, even though, no, we did not take sorry.
No.
Show working.
At all.
Do at least in these 40 days, the way Okowa in our last episode did, do something that will benefit us. Put a law, set a law in motion that will help the general populace.
Definitely.
To help us. That's the only apology that I want to hear right now. Something that will make it better. I call dibs on electricity.
Electricity.
If you can make electricity better, gosh. Because why are we suffering right now? Because a lot of the industries right now that are even closing down in Nigeria are closing because of, first of all, power is so expensive.
So, the last 2 events I've done, normally when you guys start preparing for an event, the halls are big and they put on the AC.
Yeah.
Now, the last 2 events, they didn't switch on the AC to like 6. No, they switch on the AC. Once is like an hour to the event startup.
Wow.
They cannot be burning diesel.
Wow.
Nobody wants to be burning diesel. They even know. So we'll switch on AC when it is time. When it's the right time, all of you sweat and be.
See, businesses are suffering in Nigeria. Let's be serious.
But one business that keeps
booming.
The EFCC in this week's roundup of most obvious news since the beginning of time. EFCC is beaming its searchlight on suspected fraudsters using real estate for money laundering. Welcome to 2023 years.
Love it.
You people are finally here. Your brain,
Wow.
you know when
It finally booted.
you know when you buy new Windows laptop and you have to start downloading.
booting.
You know you have to do that like 4 or 5 times. Where you don't be downloading.
Exactly.
They don't do that. Welcome to the world.
Love it.
Thank you for using Internet Explorer. And now they're using Google Chrome.
They caught up on the car one. They caught up on that car one earlier, some years back.
So now
They're just getting into the real estate.
So AOTC released a statement, or their chairman said that most estates in Abuja and some in Lagos, obviously, that they are just money laundering schemes. It's not as if, and I'm like, wow. So you mean that
money has finally come.
all these years that we saw those wonderful empty buildings and apartments, we thought that we could not just afford it. We didn't know really.
That's what they thought.
Oh really? Oh, thank you very much. So now that you know it's money laundering, what are you now going to do about it?
What are we going to do?
And when you now do something about it, I hope you don't just auction it with yourself within yourselves. Because me like this, like Ikoyi, I've seen it. My destiny is in Ikoyi.
Man, that neighborhood is beautiful though.
Bro.
I love that there are trees there.
Ikoyi, I'm not going to come out again. No?
But you know what? I don't want to live in Ikoyi.
Why?
It's too closed off
I like it.
from social interaction. I'd rather live in VI than in Ikoyi.
Me, I'm a snob. I no.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah,
I'll not have like a nice lawn with peacocks.
My neighbor used to have, growing up, my
Lovely.
neighbors used to have peacock.
I know what come out. I know when they hear come
And
out.
an ostrich.
I don't want to come out and not be hearing sound of Wakada. No. Everybody knows it.
No, but guess what? In VR, you don't hear the sound of Akada.
My own fear of a VI is that water, is very,
Which water? Oh, Babbage.
flood.
Oh, former Babbage.
Flood day.
But
When they
actually,
rain.
I love VI.
But
I
VI
love
is cool. VI is cool.
I'd rather live in VI.
See, 3 ideal places: GRA, VI, Ikoyi.
See, I'd rather live in Ikeja GRA
No, of course not.
or VI than live in Ikoyi.
No, when we say GRA, there's only one GRA. Anybody that's GRA in Lagos,
Yeah.
there's only one GRA. It's Ikeja GRA.
Oh my
Live
God,
there.
shout out to Benin, by the way.
Yes.
Their GRA is very interesting.
Oh, okay.
It's not giving GRA, but it's like, it's nice.
But Benin is war, so that's war GRA. It's war time.
No, but it's nice. It's nice. It's peaceful.
Yeah,
it's
so
quiet.
yes, now that you know that there's money laundering in real estate, what are you going to do about it? Or are you going to do another 3 years again before you now start doing things about it?
So we need to get a real estate person on this
road,
podcast.
That road in Ikoyi, the way we used to record before, that the amount of empty apartments in that place. That's
1
where
million.
That's where they found that money that time. Now, that nobody knows.
How come we never even thought of going to go visit any of those buildings?
Bro, when that news broke out, I said, this is where I pass every time.
Every time.
Even when I was still in Pulse, I'm like, we pass here every day. There was this kind of money.
See, we didn't talk about the other building that fell some weeks ago.
Oh, yeah, I was following that. Yes, and then Olu went there yesterday, and he told her to demolish another building.
See, that's the problem with the
So apparently,
Nigerian
what he said was that there's a case of where Lagos State will say, don't build here. But federal agencies will tell them to build here.
See, now this is part of the reasons that personally I didn't support Sanwo-Olu.
Yeah.
He just also brings to the bottom how his power, he doesn't have any power in this Lagos. In a sense.
Yeah.
Right? Or he doesn't have the final say.
Yeah, his power is limited.
Exactly, his power is limited. That's not the word. Right? Because again, we're treating the symptoms as opposed to the root cause.
Yeah.
So who are the people doing this? Can they be brought to book?
That's
you just stop it.
See.
Do you understand what I mean? Which one is that?
A building collapses and one person dies.
Demolishing what?
Everybody there that approved
Cleared out.
from the person that the agent people that cleared
Exactly.
the government civil servant that cleared the building, the foreman, I love you, the owner of the building.
Down.
Manslaughter.
Simple.
It's manslaughter. There's no
Do you
problem.
understand? Or life imprisonment.
No, 40 years. Don't do 40 years.
Do you understand what I mean?
Once you
Because people have died.
once you see like 4 or 5 examples or more,
People go straight.
But when I say demolish here, it's not working.
What is there?
It's like you have
You
serious
demolish
illness.
somebody, they go and plant it. They
You
go
have
and build it
serious-
in another
You have
place.
serious illness and you now have migraine. You're treating the migraine.
Listen.
The migraine will come back again now.
Come on.
Come on now.
Listen.
How many buildings in Lagos do you want to start? Go and check in.
Do you understand?
By the time you even go and do all the whole buildings, another like 1,000 don't spring up.
Every time one building is falling one place, and it's always this Ikoyi's own now is always the most disturbing one.
And let's say because the amount of buildings that are springing up, everyone wants to do fast, so they don't go through the due process.
That's so fucked up.
Now these are minus this one. They are the ones in the
But
hinterland.
do you understand? But these are the bourgeoisies of our economy.
After when it comes to real estate, Nigerian real estate is poor because I don't even like the level of buildings.
Shit.
The buildings that we are having
It'd be like cage.
are not, bro.
Yeah.
It's hard for you to go and see any new apartment and they have a space for the ceiling fan. It's all of a sudden Nigerians don't use ceiling fan anymore. Nigerian
love it.
architects and civil engineers.
But why do you want to use ceiling fan though?
That's
We
on,
now have rechargeable fan.
but there's some days that you need that.
Personally, I don't like ceiling fan.
Yeah.
I have PTSD.
I want that one way that your grandmother uses that if you use that one on number 3 overnight, you have malaria the next one.
There's one ceiling fan brand then. Is it SDT or something?
MSD or something.
One
See, if
stuff
you,
like that.
if you use that fan on full blast,
See.
you will wake up with asthma, pneumonia, and malaria.
And typhoid.
Everything will
Plus,
hit you.
plus.
'Cause it-
Malaria plus,
you
plus,
get
and typhoid. And then when it now spoils, the motor will now start making one stupid sound. Quick. You know, intermittent quick. Like, why?
But I think if we are declaring state of emergency, we need to declare one in Nigerian real estate.
Honestly,
It's terrible.
first of all, it's not affordable for the average Nigerian.
The urban planning is
It's
horrible.
shit.
There are areas where you say that, oh, okay, this is a place like for poor people. You not see one big mansion here.
Do you understand?
Or you go to a place like Lekki now, you not see one shack where people are living. Like, bro,
See.
this should not be happening in a place where you know that, okay, Apapa, middle level people.
Exactly.
Sule, upper middle level people.
Segmenting Lagos as
As
it
it
is.
should be.
Yeah.
When you enter one place, you see mansion, you next place you see, I'm like, you not be confused on what is
You
happening.
see shacks.
And people will just be building anything they want to build.
Anything that they like.
Or when they are building, they not park all the sand on the road. And that's what I hate again.
Oh my
When
God.
you are parking sand on the road, if you don't have space there, that already
swear.
tells you. If you don't have space to put sand in that place, it already tells you that that building
Is
too
already
big.
wrong.
It's
Exactly.
too big for that place, for that plot that you are building
It's
something.
positioned wrongly.
But no, everybody wants to do wide space.
That's not the, we don't, again, we never talk about the root cause. We always treat the symptoms all the time. Like Nigeria.
You tire me.
See, there are levels and layers to the problems that we're facing. And it's so crazy.
Our problems are very multi-layered. As you go put one, 500, they come out.
The onions level.
Yeah.
It's giving onion.
So, bro, the real estate, sorry, man. And
Suffering.
You just see houses upon houses empty. What are they doing there? Boys, they move money now, as obvious.
Normally now.
And if you know, as they know, some are used as vaults. Where money with
It's being saved.
Yeah, because you don't want to let this, you don't allow CBN that you have this amount of millions
money,
of dollars.
yeah.
So you smuggle like $5 million into the country. Which bank you want to put them? You go to alert
Exactly.
a lot of people. So
Exactly. Paper trail.
I have a house in Maitama, Azokoro. Oh yeah.
Use it to keep your money there.
Yeah, keep it. Go and carry one of your boys, just put it there.
Man, that's some mad cruise, shall.
Yeah.
Having a
There's
house
a
of
story,
money.
there's a story I'm working on that. I actually settled on that. Where,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Real estate and keeping money.
Yeah, real estate. Scam as usual. Thank you, yes, for giving us some very important updates. Now we know there's scam in real estate, so we open our eyes.
My own question, my own is just that, can they make real estate affordable? Can we have affordable housing in Nigeria? Nobody's talking about this shit and it's annoying me now.
Nobody wants to do the heavy lifting. So they'll do bridge, they'll do airport for you. A state that is more important for you to do the road networks. You do it to other states.
Exactly.
For commerce and this thing.
Exactly.
You now do airports. And in that airport, in 1 year, maybe only 10,000 people enter the airport.
And how many flights are even going to leave from those places?
So, bro, they'll not do bridge for you. They'll not do flyover.
So a friend of mine was like, very common opinion, but very unpopular. I can't say it on the pod, but I'll tell you.
All right.
But that for change to happen,
Oh yeah, I know.
a certain thing needs to happen.
I know what they're saying.
A certain thing needs to happen, right?
Of course.
And I was like, unfortunately,
that is my ultimate solution.
yes, But guess what?
But I don't they talk them outside because
Exactly.
Well,
but guess what? This election kind of showed me something too. That's not the final.
Oh, don't offend her, but there needs a. If I said I don't want to use the word,
it's a step in the right direction.
So yes,
it's a step in the right direction. Yeah. But it needs to happen anyway because it's so messy. All the things that are going on is so messy.
Too much.
We have young people right now, young, vibrant, intelligent, with great, smart ideas. Look at WellaHealth, for instance. You know, with so many, finding the problems and creating solutions. But then again, we see how like these guys who are sitting heavily on the growth and impeding our movement forward. It's just like, why?
Speaking of moving and stopping our growth and impeding our movements. Rather impeding our movement.
Exactly.
The Nigerian police came out to beg us again. Beg us this week actually that we should stop cursing them and their families. And I was tell the person that said that God punish you.
Oh my gosh.
2 times over. You're mad. When young Nigerians came out to fight for you people's rights, what were you doing?
They've shot at them.
Oh.
And now they lied.
Now you're not saying it will cost you to the end of the time.
And besides, they should be used to this shit by now. It's plug and play.
If there's rapture and as I'm going up like this, I'll say, first of all, God punish Nigerian police. If I see any Nigerian policeman flying, we go puncture your wings.
Listen.
You fall down.
But maybe he's actually a good person.
Who's that?
You cannot tell the people that will make it at the end. The end times, God's ways are not our ways.
They say end time are surprises.
Do you understand?
Like
a lot of it.
You just see
Abakia.
You just see Agatha. Sister Agatha from Osaka.
I love
flying up. Like, wow.
Say even you. Wait, as he takes one.
Say even you.
You not lead a righteous. You can't check yourself. Say, I did not lead a righteous life.
There's no redemption for Nigerian police. I'm very sorry. There's no redemption for
me. It's just like, why are they shouting about being insulted? Because
I thought you guys were heartless and cold.
But not so they relate for the full country. Normally, we thrive through insults. Normally,
it's like NEPA people. You should be used to
see those ones are the ones that really should be crying.
There's a video of one guy. He was at the NEPA station. He works in NEPA or PACM, whatever they're called, and he was about to switch off the power. Before I switched off the power, I started praying at the sign of the cross.
Because the people will go cost.
And I heard that's the true thing that before they do that they say that so that they're like all the courses that I send it to me and my generation.
Back to sender.
Because back then,
God forbid.
If you just up NEPA, God will punish NEPA.
I swear.
They're all bastards.
See, NEPA used to collect woto. Remember when we used to go to NEPA office to go and pay your NEPA bill?
Yes.
As opposed to having prepaid meter now.
And you go carry your white
with your sheets.
White sheets.
With the paper for that bill.
With the typewriter front on it.
I'm telling you, long like this, they will tell you what you paid before.
They say this is bad that it was the tenant before that owed up to 80,000.
All your arrears, they there.
So we had the new tenant. They say, well, guy, you have to clear the backlog. Or most of it.
And to be honest, that's why the change will not be quick. But the change is happening.
But the change from the Nigerian police we never even see one.
That one.
Maybe they will start to give them better uniform first of all.
First. You know they changed the uniform that time to blue now.
You see shit.
No, but they changed to blue that time. It's just that we don't. It be like say you get some special people with it.
You see shit.
Yeah.
Let us even see small change in Nigerian police.
First
when
of
you
all,
watch all those American series, you not see that police like God damn. There's a crime. You not say get forensics here. Let's
see. We need.
Nigerian police do forensics.
Do you understand? They need a lead investigator to come and check.
Nigerian police will cause
constable.
Excuse me, everybody that was in this after everybody to the station now. Everybody's a suspect now. That's why there's no CSI Lagos. Because the equipment is not date to even check DNA sample.
Well, how would they even want to work safe? People will never see food shop. They tell them they can't ask for.
Does it say to Koro that we do so according to the thumbprint, the DNA, we run it against our data background and we find out that the 4 people
no way.
Nigerian police look at you say, now this one see face.
Now this guy Tifa.
Look at him in a criminal.
If you beat him where he go confess.
We let's take him to question him back in the AIF.
See.
Another questioning when they use
one of your eye will be gone.
When they use electric iron on your body.
I swear.
You say from age 2, I stole meat in my mother's pot.
You will say all the truths, all the falsehood you've ever done.
God punish
the bad things you've ever said.
God will punish the Nigerian police force.
I swear
that's all I know.
But why are they even angry about being insulted? Normally,
the thing pains them.
If religious leaders, the president can be insulted.
Who you be? You will collect what?
Grand scheme of things, who you really be?
There's one of these PR officers that said, if you see a Nigerian police officer, in an accident and he's dying, he's dying, will you help him? And people say no. That when they see innocent Nigerians, don't they kill innocent Nigerians? So why should we help a dying Nigerian policeman?
The Uber guy that carried me somewhere this week was telling me something that they went to get to Surulere, so they used Kata Bridge.
Yeah.
And as they were in traffic there, the people who own Lagos bust their windows and rob them blind.
Yeah.
So they went to the
Police.
it was an Uber ride, right? So you can report like I was involved in that. So they said they went to the police to go and report. And then after all the students write statements, blah, 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 blah. After everything, the policeman now called the both of them. So passenger and driver aside and told them, you two, when is a certain time, don't pass Kata Bridge now. All those Akmongmo, don't follow there.
Well, I passed there which day? Thursday. And it was hold up. See, my laptop, I just put it on that.
On that
phone, everything.
Straight. See, you
I
don't have phone.
And there was hold up there on that.
See, that place is dangerous.
My mother has been telling me about that place since God knows when.
To God.
That place has always been a criminal spot since the beginning of time.
Now that we're even talking about this, since this is supposed to be the duty of the police, but they're not looking out for fellow Nigerians.
Our governor said we should wind up whenever we're passing there. And somebody wound up. Somebody wound up and they still broke his glass.
100%
You want to mention someone on Twitter. Say thank you for your
advice.
You can see how they broke my window. Thank you very much.
For your secure advice.
Yeah.
But let's even talk about this, right? Just for people who listen to 234, who probably don't know Lagos as well. And hotspots for theft here in Lagos.
Kata Bridge.
Number 1, Kata Bridge.
Yeah.
Kata Bridge, Eco Bridge. Very, very, very.
Yeah, those two bridges.
Yes.
Before it used to be Maryland.
At a certain time.
Before at one point it used to be Maryland. So
exactly.
Like when I enter Maryland and that hold of that red light, that traffic light. Oh my Lord. Then they fuck people up there. Well.
Charlie Boy bus stop.
Oh my Lord.
High on theft too.
Yeah.
Obalende at a certain time.
I've been robbed in Obalende, but just pickpocket shit. But I've been
exactly.
Yeah.
Mile 2.
So
attack.
When you hear areas like that.
Orile. Volks. 1 million boys.
See, everywhere. I get everywhere.
Do you understand? But like, don't be moving around Lagos feeling like you're safe.
Computer village.
Yeah.
They still laptop join.
I swear down. They feel stiff you if you know the
and when the computer village down, when they say your laptop, enter that computer village.
Exactly.
Where you want to enter?
Do you understand?
Those boys know the nook and crannies. They don't move.
And that place is like mad big.
Bro.
Too many Appian ways everywhere inside that market.
Whenever
that market actually gives me anxiety.
It used to give me anxiety.
Yeah.
So,
I don't go to computer village.
So my friend's shop that is their office, I know the route there. That's the place that the first African shrine used to be. So that whole of computer village used to be a residential area. This part of the Wahala we're talking about in Lagos. Where
before I turn to market.
Markets are consuming residential areas all over Lagos. And so I just take that street, enter to the right, I'm on that street, I just enter a shop. I don't go through the main computer village. I feel die. Because there are so many people.
Listen.
I don't go to steal your phone or your manhood. Because in Lagos, you always say they don't see person this thing.
Oh my God.
I say, hold your pocket, you're holding your dick
everything.
Too. No.
Hold it together, everything.
That place is opposite KFC. If anybody knows computer village, opposite KFC. I enter from the back. Pause.
I told you again, but you said it. Okay, no, I'm not. I'm just highlighting to you.
Once I
called it first.
Once I finish my transaction,
you're out through the back again.
Let's say I got my new phone. Do I hold that phone?
But you have mine though.
Bro, as I just look computer village like this.
See, this is my laptop. I was going through a nervous breakdown trying to think of how to get my laptop from a laptop from computer village, right?
Computer village.
See, but how finally I was able to solve that was I got a contact of someone. I sent my own laptop to the person.
Yeah.
I was doing a swap. I sent my laptop to the person.
So now they do deliveries outside.
Exactly.
So that's the best thing.
So I sent my laptop to the person. The person transferred all my data to the new laptop. And then, I mean, it's also based on trust, right? You have to trust somebody to do that. Because me personally, if I enter that market, they're going to say, I know, from the way
I
be Drew babe.
They're like this one.
They would have robbed me blind.
What do you want? What do you want? iPhone?
See, by the time they hear my voice, they very spotted me for attack.
You know, it's over.
Another hotspot in Lagos, Oshodi.
Oh.
Oshodi on the bridge, there's the Isale and the one on the bridge. The one on the bridge, those boys are there hovering. So if you're coming from the airport, please be careful. When you're coming from the airport, especially if you're coming to Lagos, in fact, there's no time of the day. Anytime they can get it. You can get it anytime.
No, they letter for that.
Do you understand? But when you're passing through Oshodi and you're coming from the airport, please ensure to keep your belongings out of sight. Because they come to your window to behave as if they're begging. But they can act out at any point. So please, let's try to be security conscious. Using of pepper sprays and tasers in Nigeria is actually against the law, but I would still advise that you ensure that you're looking out for yourself somehow.
All right.
I don't know how you want to do it, but like.
All right, let's leave our boys in black or boys in blue. And yeah. Now you know.
Yeah, but yeah, just take care of yourself though.
All right. We're getting towards the tail end of the podcast.
You guys, no release therapy again.
I'm happy because people are not having sex, so I'm very happy.
Who told you they're not happy? Oh, so the ministry is moving.
Yeah, the ministry is moving.
Okay, but they're having sex, Sha. I know that for sure. Okay. Especially after the Ramadan, kini. Especially for our Muslim faithfuls. I shall say body don't full. They need to empty it. The everywhere is strong and tight.
Before they catch
you understand? So that they catch any
breathe. They catch any allergy moving
on fire.
You will collect.
The bomb will be burning, literally.
All right. Flop of the week. Flop of the week.
Flip flop.
All right. Anybody who, if you've been in Lagos, you know this iconic place in Lagos. It's called the National Stadium, Solere. I've been there like 3 or 4 times. I've even been inside the main bowl.
I've never been to the stadium.
Wow, you're not in Lagos.
Never entered it.
Yeah. So I've been there.
I should go. Do you pay to enter?
No, you don't pay to enter. So there's like a community there. People actually go and do exercises there. People do skating there, and all that stuff. So
I like to take a run on the actual track.
That track is dead. If you run on it, you will get injured.
God, I beg.
So there's a place called they used to call it OJ's. I don't know if OJ's bar is still there. One day, this is how we used to love Super Eagles that time. Then my friends said, Nigeria versus Angola. Nigeria needed to beat Angola in Kanu for us to qualify for World Cup. 2006 World Cup, I remember. So me and my friends said, let's go. We already saved money. We bought jollof rice, turkey, drinks in that bar. Let's watch Nigeria beat Angola. That's Angola tear us for Lagos.
I love it. Was it a live match?
Live.
Oh wow! I've never seen a live sporting match.
No, we did not watch it in National Stadium.
Oh, okay.
We went. There's a bar.
Oh, at OJ's bar. Okay,
inside
okay.
National Stadium.
Now I get that.
Yeah. Against Candlelight was in National Stadium too. I went for that. Then one day, me and my friends said, let's enter National Stadium. So we went round.
Olamide had a concert one time at the stadium, right?
No, that was Teslin Balogun.
Oh, okay.
So we now went to the main bowl where the Super Eagles play. We sat down on the chairs. Then all of a sudden some Agbos were now coming and just ran fast.
I love it. They go collect una.
For our lives.
They will take your lives and your lives and your belongings.
Yeah, so funny enough, like every weekend we used to just go to the National Stadium, see people skating and just gist and talk, Now, you know that we're in the rainy season.
Yeah.
So during one of these rainy days, one of the floodlights fell, and you know how big floodlight is.
Yeah.
Floodlight is what they use
of the stadium.
Is when they're playing at night and they switch on the floodlights. And it fell and landed. It hit a car park. Fortunately, there are no cars there that day, and there are no people around because a lot of people. We thank God. If you go to the National Stadium, even with you passing the bridge and you look at the National Stadium, it's an eyesore. It is ugly.
Crazy.
It has, bro.
I've not been to Surulere in a while.
It has depleted to another level. It's very ugly and it needs urgent attention. It's just a shame that we've let such a national monument, fall to waste like this.
Usual.
There's a swimming pool there. There's also tennis lawn there and everything. But
let's show you the pictures of the stadium in Benin.
Yeah, I've seen the stadium.
So beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful. But the National Stadium one is actually the spiritual home of the Super Eagles. They've not been able to play there for years because nobody wants to do the heavy lifting.
Exactly.
So they're not gonna play them in all these fake places where they don't.
That's so sad.
Come and play in Lagos, and when they score Super Eagles 1-0, Super Eagles gonna say if we don't play,
please, I want to beg for something. I don't really know anything about football, right? Yeah. But I'm asking a friend of mine. Shout out to Daddy. Asking a friend of mine to teach me about football. But I like to hear on Loose Talk, Steve talk about based on say I'm close to. You guys should consider my request, by the way.
Because you're in house.
Yeah, do you get what I mean?
Yes.
I like to hear Steve talk about the current state of local football here in Nigeria. Honestly.
Why do you want to hear South?
No, but because it's important that we have these conversations because Nigerians watch a lot of football. Like we watch so much.
It's a religion.
Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
If it's suffering, then we should know how it's suffering so that people can plug in to make it better. So we have people like these Sporting Lagos guys, right?
Yeah.
I imagine trying to rejuvenate this football here in Lagos. But it would be nice to also expand that to the other 36 states and 35 states of Nigeria. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So please, if possible, I would really love Steve to talk about grassroots football and how it can be structured better because we have a lot of talent on the streets. I was coming from Agungi this morning and under this rain, there were some people, see buses sitting under the rain for sets.
Yes, no.
Do you understand what I mean?
Bro.
And it just clocked in my head as we're even talking about it. I'm talking about stadium right now. That this is such a culture in Nigeria. Why are there no people trying to preserve it or rejuvenate it or revive it in a sense, right?
So flop goes to the Nigerian government for admissions, but for allowing such a national edifice like that
yet again
to decay. They said that they have plans to privatize it. I believe they should privatize it because the government doesn't have shit to do.
They don't want to pay attention.
They don't even have the funds, so let them just give it to.
They have the funds, but they want to rather steal it than use it for what it's meant for.
They don't even know the know-how, so they just let them give it to because the place is practically ugly. So
that's so cute.
Flop of the week
sad.
goes to Ministry of Sports and the federal government for not taking care of our beloved national stadium. And I went back, they went to Pegusu. Bro, 4 p.m. Yeah, welcome to the main bowl of the national stadium in Sulere.
Oshe.
The Super Eagles.
And you'll be hearing the noise at the back.
I know. And you can see now the Super
I used to
Eagles.
watch it on TV.
The Super Eagles are filing out to the main bowl of the pitch right now.
What's the name of that guy that used to run commentary? There was one popular guy. Oh my God, his voice.
So, and they're wearing a traditional green and white attire, and they're playing a fight. They're battling with the Harambee States of Kenya.
Love it.
For the long ticket.
You're great at this shit, though.
Bro, hey,
listen, I'm journalists.
You don't really want to
arrive out.
Say yes, and you can see.
And first about the energy in the stadium, that's the one I used to like the most.
Let's say JJ Okocha, the captain of the Super Eagles, plays number 10 for Bolton Wanderers.
See, and we feel with so much pride. Guess what? As a child, I used to watch Nigerian football.
Bro, when they start calling the players, Kano Wanko, number 4 for Nigeria, Arsenal FC, Celestine Babayaro of Chelsea, number 3. Taribo West of Inter Milan.
Love it.
You to go like, oh my God.
It's happening.
Bro, it's dead.
Listen.
Victor Ikpeme Monaco.
But not anymore.
But now, they now bring
cricket.
They now bring they now import people that could not play for. So imagine you that you were born and raised in England.
Yeah.
And you play football. And you cannot play for England.
Exactly.
I play for the Super Eagles. Of course you play for the Super Eagles. England don't pick you now. So now we have rejectees. So our team right now is filled with guys who played in Nigeria, and half of the remaining half are like foreign-based people who were born abroad who now qualify to play for Nigeria, obviously. So when you're the Super Eagles talking now, you're not being phone everywhere.
I love it.
Those who have never been to Sulere to play.
But unfortunately, that's also our reality in Nigeria.
Oh, it's the reality.
It cuts across everything. Our fashion, sports, everything, entertainment.
Yeah, I don't even know because so people like Iwobi now. Shout out to Iwobi, talented football player. Well, he has not. When you
ever played in
Sulere, I know you're playing in Sulere, but when you play in Sulere with 40,000 Nigerian fans
watching,
and when
the energy is different.
I remember when Super Eagles would not beat a team like 3-0.
Hey,
they don't start showboating.
So who used to do this thing like this that you flap the wings like this?
Now.
Fuck! I used to when he would run and flap his wings.
What is 3-0? What is 3-0 like this? It's time to showboat. No more play football. You're not being like go look for the ball. But now Guinea-Bissau will be beating us in our own country. I
have a friend though who is starting like a grassroots initiative for girls who want to play football.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I'll get him on this pod, but maybe if you guys want him on Loose Talk to talk about it, so that people can plug in. Or I'll just maybe ask him for his profile. I think it's so brilliant.
How do you might our followers?
Do you get what I mean?
Super Eagles of Nigeria. Now we don't even know that they're Eagles or chickens.
Feathers, more like it.
All right, that's flop of the week. We don't have pop of the week, so pop of the week usually goes to Nigerians.
Shout out to Nigerians, yeah. Surviving. And our Muslim brothers were already down for 30 days. Again, and giving us a public holiday after.
So yeah, first of all, fuck all you atheists, because you say you cannot even get one holiday. Atheists.
Religion is doing it for us.
Religion is doing it for us. God, you're not doing anything.
Oh my God.
Now we just need traditionalists to now give us like National Ahmadiyya Day or
do you understand? I love it. That's what I'm here for.
Christian, we need
but
more.
Igbo people need to give us Ojukwu Day.
You know, say before that day come.
We need that day now. We need an Ojukwu Day.
Like
the people of Biafra decided to revolt.
Look at when Martin Luther died. Look at the day they gave him his day.
Do you understand?
And that's America. Where they like
we should actually think about it. We need an Ojukwu Day.
And on that note, what you want me to start talking towards? I don't want to talk. Thank you guys for listening to us.
As always,
please subscribe to our newsletter.
Rock with us, you guys. Yeah. Please follow us on all social media platforms at 234 Essential Podcast.
Yeah, and send us fan mails.
At fan mail at 234 Essential.
And release therapy.
Please, very important.
All right, man. Thank you, guys.
Signing out. Stay kind.
Peace.
Are you tired of worrying about how your loved ones back home will pay for their healthcare needs? Sending money isn't enough. You need a solution that ensures the funds you send are used specifically for healthcare costs. WellaHealth Diaspora is that solution that helps Nigerians in the diaspora send money specifically for healthcare back home. It's simple. Here's how it works. When you buy a health voucher on WellaHealth, they will contact you on how you'd prefer to spend your voucher on your family. They'll deliver quality healthcare to them and report back to you. With WellaHealth Diaspora, you'll get access to telemedicine services, regular checkups, medicine fulfillment, and health plans. Plus, you can trust that the money you send is utilized for healthcare, and the chance of being defrauded is removed. Don't wait until it's too late to take care of your family's health needs. Your family's health is too important to delay. Act now and start sending love and care to your family back home with WellaHealth Diaspora. Are you still here? Hurry! Visit www.wellahealth.com/diaspora to start sending health vouchers to your loved ones in Nigeria today.